makes that halfway through.
That might just be a little bit better.
That's better.
All right.
Welcome, everybody, to episode what?
Why do you always look at me? 69!
Oh.
69!
I wouldn't forget that number.
Nice.
You wouldn't forget that number. Sorry.
And the pussy's here. So,
Say something.
of course, she fucking yells all
Sorry.
day, fucking just screams at us all day. And the one time
she
we
meows
want her
a
to
lot.
talk, she doesn't talk, bro.
She's camera shy.
Yeah, she doesn't like it. She knows the lights on her.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, to This Just Might Work podcast. We got an exciting one today. We actually this might be the most prepared we've ever been for an episode, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah, this is
And it
really
had to
good.
be episode 69.
I'm pretty happy and I'm pretty excited for it.
I don't know if it's weird or just that much perfect that with the one time we're going to talk about politics, it's going to be on episode 69. So,
Oh, yeah.
so disclaimer, we're going to go a little political. It's not
It's not, and the thing is,
it's not left
even,
or right. It's just like drama that's happening at the
Yeah,
moment.
it's right or wrong, and it's not about actual politicians or governments
Yes.
either. So,
It's
gonna
just
be entertaining.
people that have to do with politics.
yeah, it's
Yes.
like,
Not
what is
politicians or
morally
anything
correct?
Right.
What is your opinion
Yeah.
of morally
It's people,
correct?
yeah, in the news and entertainment industry kind of thing.
Yeah.
This is
So-
going to be a very opinionated, but we need to
Very
be
much. It's going to be
kind to each
Fuck,
other.
slit your throat. Okay.
as you can tell, it's going to be an exciting one. But yeah, no, it's going to be discussion,
It will be.
I'm going to stay relaxed.
argument, maybe.
Male always likes, but I'm going to keep it.
What are you going at him?
No, you gotta
I'm
get
not going
fucking
to-
heated,
See,
bitch. You gotta
that's the
get
thing.
fucking loud.
I'm trying to. No, we'll figure it out. Anyways, it's going to be yes. It's
We're
be-
gonna figure it out when you raise your
as
fucking
in,
goddamn
I
voice.
just want them to just not do this yet. We just haven't started. but yes, it's going to be good.
He sounds good. If anything, you almost sound a little quiet, but I'm sure it'll be
Alright,
fine.
okay.
That sounds
But
There we go.
he sounds good?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good. So, we're messing around with the volumes. We're trying to figure it out. We're still learning. It's episode 69. We're not veterans yet, but maybe we should be. So, before we get into that will be our first topic. It's probably going to be a good portion of the episode. So, I don't know. I might put a timestamp on the video podcast, but skip 70% of the episode, I'd say, and we'll be talking about the rest
Yeah.
of the shit. So,
Yeah, I introduced an idea and you guys picked it up and ran with it.
at least I did. So, I don't know about Dilly. All I know is he watched 2 videos,
You know what?
and we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay,
We'll
drink
get
first.
to it.
The drink first.
Drink
though.
first. So, I had the pleasure and honor of
It's gotta be
bringing.
something special for 69.
You know, it's not terrible, but it wasn't really that thought out when it comes to 69.
Fuck.
But, but have you ever had a Cactus Cooler before?
No.
Soda.
Oh my god, dude!
It's just orange pineapple blast soda. So
I don't know what's in that.
Never heard of that before. Is
It's-
it alcoholic?
no, it's not. That's why I got the Tito's with it. So
Oh, okay.
we had like one drink the other night, but we were going to drink the other night.
Yeah, we're getting old.
Yeah, and we're
We're
like,
just like,
"Ugh,
yeah,
time for bed.
tapped out.
No, but we were gonna drink, and I didn't have vodka. We would have drank, I think, if this was the case.
Yeah, I
But
think it'd be good.
I had Cactus Coolers, and I bought them, and everybody's been fucking losing their mind off them because they're
Are they a Costco special type of thing? Or?
maybe. I just got them at Albertsons, but
So
I-
not then.
I think
I
they
guess
are.
not.
They've always been at specific
we go.
stores, probably. Because I rarely had them when I was young, but when I did, it was like, whoa.
You
Maybe
ever have
that-
Pepsi mangoes?
what?
What?
That's a thing.
Yeah.
What?
It's Midwestern.
Oh man.
Like what's it called?
The Walmart over by me actually.
Hardee's.
I saw him sell them
yes.
one time at the Walmart by me.
Okay,
Yeah, it's just like mango flavored Pepsi.
it's just that simple.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty great.
Might have to have that on.
Yeah,
pod
it's just
one
like just how people in Nebraska obsess over fucking tomato juice and Bud Light,
Oh yeah.
and that's
yeah.
an also thing.
Oh, I have heard that. Yeah.
yeah, Bud Light, Budweiser makes that is the tomato juice Bud Light.
Yeah, it's just like a Midwest. It's like
No, that's just purely Nebraska fuckery.
oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
the old Hick Mary,
Yeah.
Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Dude, I was fucking pissed off one time. We were just grilling at my.
Right.
No, Dilly was there. Yeah, it was on our
Oh.
way here,
Yeah.
and we were like grilling and this and that, and then there's this one guy that friend of the family or whatever, this and that, mom's boyfriend. I don't know what he
Oh,
is.
I remember
Right.
that guy. I don't
Yeah.
know who. Nobody knew who he was.
Well, I know who he is, but I don't know what he is. I mean,
Yeah, like he was just there, and I was like, "Hey,
Right.
what
you-
are you to us?
Yeah.
I
I
feel
see.
like I should hate you. But
One
I
of
don't know.
those.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
one of those. And he was just like, "Yeah, I got a cooler right there full of like beers and this and that. You want anything?" And I was like, "Well, what you got?" And he's like, "I got Budweiser. I got this. I got that." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll take a Budweiser. Thank you."
I remember
He hands
this.
me that, and I open it. I was like, cool, refreshing, but
I remember
no,
that.
I drank it, and I was like, one sip, and I was like,
You let me sip it.
I don't know what the fuck you just gave me. I'm unhappy right now.
He already put tomato juice in it?
Yeah, it's a pre-thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can make it yourself, but Budweiser also makes
They
it.
make it.
Yeah.
Just for
Oh.
Nebraska because
Just for
market.
Nebraska.
It's Nebraskans.
It's only
the-
Nebraska.
It's no Nebraskan thing.
Yeah,
My
but-
sister worked concession stands at baseball fields during the
That's
summer.
wild.
And she was like, yeah, we sold so many of those. And I was like, they're fucking horrible.
I didn't think it was good.
They're goddamn horrible.
I remember you let me have a sip of it too, and I was like, "Why?" I was like, "This is a clash. We didn't need this. It's just
Like-
tastes like,
It's like, it's like,
tomato soup and fucking.
it's like
shit.
Budweiser.
It's like
Yeah.
dipping a pickle in mayo or something.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's like-
exactly. It's the same.
Yeah,
it's
it's
messed
same,
Right.
same
Peanut
thing.
butter on your spaghetti.
Dude, like it's like one of those
up.
things
Jumbling
where
my
it's
brain
like
up now.
it's like a combination like only a pregnant woman would love.
True.
Yes, that's
exactly.
Yeah,
the
like
best way to
vanilla
describe it.
ice
What did-
cream and like vanilla ice cream and pickles and stupid shit like that. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Bud Light
Ooh.
and fucking tomato juice.
That sounds good.
That's fucking insane. So
Yeah.
we're not having that on the fucking podcast.
Thank
Maybe we
God.
have to actually. We
Fuck
might.
no,
yeah,
that's-
we might have to now that we talked about it.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that'll be a
maybe
surprise.
that'll fucking get the fucking comments going. They're like, I fucking love Wyatt.
They're like, oh God, you got me going now, bud.
I'll tell you what, I'm a fucking
There it is.
Cornhusker born and bred.
What's that called?
It's Bud Light Chelada Clamato.
Oh, it's a little combination with Clamato.
Yeah, it's not good.
No, it's not.
It's really
crazy.
not good.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Actually, well, no, I think it now is really
And-
the only time I've really heard about it. But
And imagine drinking several of those and throwing that.
that
out.
would be terrible. that would
That would
be
be
terrible.
awful.
That would be terrible.
Puking tomato juice.
You'd be good if a
Yeah.
skunk shit on your face.
Oh
Though.
my god, dude.
Blech.
Nobody would come near you.
Little bit of spice and pizzazz that comes up
Oof,
with.
man, a little fucking sting on the way
Oh.
out. You know what I mean?
Imagine like, well, you know how when you drink enough, beer, and you like the next day you sweat that beer out, and you're
Right.
like, God, I smell like beer. What would you smell like with that? Don't want to
Smell
know.
Like
like
you got sprayed with a skunk,
skunk,
and you tried
yeah.
to fucking get away from
you
that.
tried to clean yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
You cleaned the skunk from inside out.
So bad. Oh, it's
Genius.
So bad.
All right, so
Anyways.
that's not what I brought to the episode
Oh,
today.
look, they have celery with it. That's nice.
I just so we
It's
were
like a white trash Bloody Mary. I'm sorry. We'll
yeah.
fucking
no, you're good.
finish it. Yeah,
that's what I said. I literally said the Hick Mary. So
There you go.
that's what I
Okay.
said. So I got ice because not stupid. No, but it's literally just Tito's and Cactus Cooler. Because we were gonna drink it. That's all it is. It's all it is.
It's gonna
But
be really good, actually.
Cactus Cooler is like stupid tasty. So and it's like kinda
What is it like? Is it like
it's like a Fanta almost, but like
okay.
more.
that's a
more
Nazi drink?
Is it really?
Yeah, that was.
Oh yes, I did know this.
Yeah,
I did know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, from
yeah, because
World War
Fanta
II.
was
Yep.
it was Coca-Cola, but then Coca-Cola couldn't be Coca-Cola in Germany during World War II because
So it's
Hitler's going to
Fanta.
do what Hitler's going to do, and that's fucked up.
So-
But Coca-Cola was like, I still got to make that fucking dollar.
True.
And so they turned themselves into Fanta, and then Fanta was the German version of Coca-Cola by Coca-Cola.
There's your history lesson for the day.
That is very cool.
So it's not Fanta,
Not,
but it kind of has that flavor, but it's more fruity. I would say
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
more more
it's-
juicy. I would say.
it's very artificial, but it's very good.
Well, yeah, it's a fucking soda.
I
all
know,
right.
but
I'll make it.
very good.
And then I think you could just start introducing the topic. I would say
All right.
little backstory for everybody that has no idea what's going on.
Okay. So first topic, the official court session
Not
of
too much now.
Steven Crowder, a.k.a. Louder with Crowder, v. Daily Wire. Most specifically, Jeremy Boring, co-CEO of Daily Wire. So, we're talking about the Louder with Crowder, and Steven Crowder is the biggest name in the conservative like social media space or like entertainment space. Yeah, entertainment.
Right, entertainment,
Yeah.
comedy, all that.
Yeah,
He's the one
Steven
that
Crowder's
does
the biggest name.
He does like the Change My Mind.
Yeah, Change My Mind, all that. That's a big meme. Yeah, so
Let me crack one more. Hold on.
okay.
I got another one.
Yeah, so he's in charge of that. So biggest personality versus Daily Wire,
Should get that
which is the biggest conservative organization in the entertainment space.
Yep.
Because they've got Michael Knowles, Matt Walsh, Candace Owens, Jordan Peterson, Ben
That'd be
Shapiro. Thank you, good sir.
This might be my
So
day.
yeah, biggest entity versus biggest personality.
Right, definitely. And I'll hold you there,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll cheers this, taste it. Tell me what you
We'll
think.
continue.
All
I
right.
don't know how the mixture was, so we might have to have another one
it's
to
gonna be so good,
redo
dude.
it. I think I put a lot of Cactus Cooler, but we'll find out.
Yep,
Oh,
that's pretty tasty.
Yeah.
Yep.
Woo! Sweet. That's a summertime drink right there.
Very good.
Right in the middle of January, just how we like it.
Yep, that's a summertime barbecue in January.
All right, so I have,
So good.
I showed you before we started the episode, but
Mm-hmm.
I went in
Yeah.
on research.
Uh-huh.
In, like, I think I watched 7 or 8 different podcasts on it.
I've watched probably about the same
Right.
also.
So we probably done about the same research, so-called.
Yep.
I even went so far just because I was like, it was the whole thing's stupid.
Anyway, super
Go ahead.
last
Finish.
30 seconds gloss. Viewers, if you're interested, we're going to talk about it as if everybody knows what we're talking about.
Right.
So you need to do your own research if you you want to know more.
We would put the main key videos up, but it would be too long. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
One of them's an hour long. So, yeah, basically, Steven Crowder had a contract with The Blaze, another conservative network, and his contract he was under contract, Louder with Crowder it was coming to an end, so he was like shopping around essentially different entities to possibly give him another contract. Like, hey, just like anybody else, like Fox News, it's like, hey, I'll give you $100 million to have a show on Fox News kind of thing for 5 years. He was doing that. Daily Wire sent them a contract proposal,
right.
a non-binding term agreement.
It was a term sheet. Yep.
Yeah, it was a term sheet, not a contract. He got pissed off about it, and instead of keeping it pretty much behind closed doors and courtesy like that,
Right.
Steven Crowder started airing it out.
Yeah.
Daily Wire started airing shit out, and now it's a
Pretty
violent
much
back
was
and forth.
all. It was all out.
Yeah, everyone was airing
The
out.
whole yeah.
Both
discussions.
sides had some
Yeah.
dirty laundry and whatnot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you guys have to do your own research. Steven Crowder put out a couple of videos. Daily Wire has put out a couple of videos under Daily Wire, and also
Right.
Ben Shapiro and
Yeah.
Matt Walsh and all this and that. So yeah, but anyway, so now we're going to continue talking about it as if everybody knows.
Okay. So first thing I'll say, the whole fucking thing, it's drama. Right?
Yeah, it's pure drama.
And it's fucking stupid. It's
Yeah.
dumb. It should have never been a
Never
thing.
should have happened.
And so how I wrote down my notes is Steven Crowder's good points and Daily Wire's good points.
Okay,
So pretty much I said pros and cons to what was
but
happening.
just like Twilight, I need to know opening it up.
Okay. So
Team Crowder or Team Daily Wire?
I gotta be.
I know.
Can I?
I know what you're gonna do. I'm gonna be disappointed.
What Deli? You say it first. You go first.
I'm from Crowder all the way, dude.
Okay.
Whoa! Yeah!
All the way,
Wait.
dude.
Whoa! That's a big move, bitch. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
hold
I
on.
knew that was
Hold
fired
on.
up. And let me
Hold
guess.
on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Tanner goes, according to my calculations.
No, hold on. Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Well, how many videos do you watch? Tell him.
Bro, not enough. Enough to get the gist and go, Crowder.
Which videos did you watch?
Yeah. Which videos?
I watched the one where he said,
The first
didn't-
video
so I
that
didn't
Crowder.
want to do this.
The first one in the blue
Okay.
shirt. When he
Yeah.
the first one where Crowder. Which
Yeah.
one? What was the second one you watched?
I watched a little bit of that Daily Wire one.
The one where he was breaking it word for
Yeah.
word?
But this is what he did. Yes, and what I saw on that is I was explaining to Tanner was I saw this psychological effect going on where
We'll get into that. We'll
yeah.
get into that.
Oh,
We'll
man.
get
Okay.
into that.
I just don't
Okay,
trust
so your
him.
We'll
team.
get onto that,
So
but-
Dilly's Team Crowder.
Essentially, so he only watched like 5 minutes of
Yeah.
that Daily
I didn't.
Wire.
To be fair,
okay.
I didn't watch.
To be
everything,
fair.
And that's the only 5 minutes of Daily Wire he watched.
Oh,
What's
interesting.
in the second video he really watched was also Crowder's video.
Oh, so you
be
watched more Crowder, to be fair.
More Crowder, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much all Crowder.
Okay. Tanner,
I watched.
Wire or Crowder?
I'm sitting in the middle, and
It's tough.
I'll explain where I lean at the end, and you'll see kind of where I lean. But I got to sit in the middle just because of how I wrote down my points. Okay, like I put 10.
I'm Wire.
Yeah, right.
I'm Wire.
Yeah, no,
knew that
I
was gonna
assumed.
Yeah.
Why'd
you assume I was Wire?
You kind of said it when we were talking about it first,
okay,
but
yeah, fair enough.
I put 10 points for Wire, 10 points for Crowder.
Okay.
On why they're both good. I still will lean one, and I'll get to that at the end.
Okay, so okay.
So the first thing I'll say, it's stupid. The whole thing.
Yeah, it is all stupid.
So, but when I first looked into it, I'll tell you, my heart and I guess gut, you could say, stands with Crowder. Okay, just first initial definitely was like, all right, I like what he's saying. Yeah, I mean, I like what he's saying, but it's stuff he's always said, and I had no idea what was going on. So then I looked into it. I'll just go through a couple points real quick. So I said like the contract doesn't be on the side of like free speech and what he provides as content. You know what I mean? That's what how it kind of that's how it's wrote almost, right? And then I think the counter argument I put for Daily Wire is Daily Wire has to make sure they're covered as a massive business, right? So, and I think I'll jump around. I got like a bunch that I kind of went in order, but I'll just jump around. I think Crowder was, I don't know if I say mistaken, but also portraying that this was a contract. Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think he was mistaken in that regard.
Is it not? Is it not?
No,
a
it's a term sheet.
non-binding term sheet. So that was a good thing Daily Wire pointed out multiple times. It was like, this is not something that we are like finalizing. Like, you saying this is like, this is going to be the base for your actual contract.
So, okay, so
that's the stuff you negotiate on.
It's
You red line, you do this. You're like, this, change this to this, and this and this to this. Then you sign that,
Technically,
and
it's
it's
not
still
official.
a non-binding term sheet after you sign that. Then after that, you create a contract, and everything in the non-binding goes into the contract, plus like the schematics of like lawyer
Essentially,
talk.
it's just
you can
like
adjust
your first offer, essentially, and then the other person could counter offer and be like, well, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I think what he was just trying to say, from what I saw, was just that it's not. I feel so on the spot. This is so.
Well, yeah,
fucking bad.
this is why I wanted to watch everything possible.
But I
From
knew
what I
he
saw,
wasn't
wasn't going to watch it.
Yeah, I know.
from what I saw, the repercussions.
I
were
tried
just-
so hard too. I tried to get him to watch.
I just
so
don't.
Much.
I don't watch anything that much on it. Well, I do. Well, it depends. If I'm not into it.
Okay. Anyway.
Anyway, so I saw that he was talking about the repercussions, and basically, what it seems like to me is they own you. They tell you what to do. They tell you how to post stuff, and
Okay.
and then if he goes against it, then you get fees basically.
Right.
You get money taken, which is fair, yeah, but it's so much money to where you are forced. I mean, of course, it was like 4 years or something. I saw.
So
but
right.
4 years
Did
with
you
the
see how
2-year
much?
option.
Did you see how much the contract was?
50 million,
50
right?
million.
50 mil with
What
an
the-
added 25 mil for a
For
2 year
2 years.
for a 2-year
Yeah.
option.
So it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But to be fair to Crowder,
He's worth more.
to be fair,
To be fair.
he could definitely be worth a lot more than that.
Yeah, for
A
sure.
lot more than that. I listened to Tim Pool's 2 podcast episodes
I
talking
also
about it.
listened to those ones. I also listened to Brett Cooper's 30-minute comments on it.
Yep. So I think he definitely could be worth a lot more. So maybe that's where he was kind of coming from a little bit to do
Yeah.
this from the start, right? Maybe he
Which-
was a little offended.
Which that
Well, he's not a lot. No,
so
he's
like
not about
that's
money.
one of the biggest things because like non-binding term sheet, and he said you have to cut everything out, restart from scratch,
Right.
and also instead of that 30 mil a year, he said he wanted 30 mil a year.
Right. He said he
So-
wanted 140 million.
Yeah, so that was
So
the only negotiation that he did over that.
He said so. He did say Dilly just said it. It's not about money.
Yeah.
In the second video, he kept saying it's not about the money. Then why did he counteroffer with 140 million
exactly.
He said I want 140 million.
yeah, he said I want 30 mil
right
a year.
a year?
Dang.
So it's like it's not about the money, but also I want 30 mil a year.
So
Not-
he said if I were to do this.
Well, that means it's about the money. If you
yeah, it is
say that.
about the money. So
Yeah, if he were to change.
we'll
himself
talk
that
about
much.
the
So that
gritty-
looks bad.
So I want
Yeah,
to
it
just
does.
like do gloss over,
Okay.
and then we'll go deeper.
Okay.
So like you kind of did your gloss over of like how you seeing it.
Oh, I got so much more.
I know, and I do too.
Yep.
Dilly, what's your gloss over? Because you just
Like
kind
a
of
summary?
at this point you've pretty
Yeah.
much just said your Team Crowder. So what's your gloss over of why it's Team Crowder? Your
Big-
spark note, your footnote, your
Yeah.
introduction summary.
Hit us.
biggest thing is I feel like he wouldn't have said anything if he didn't feel it was a problem. That's the biggest thing. He wouldn't have started it. If he didn't
Okay.
feel it was a problem.
Okay.
So you're going off of his passion for it.
his passion for it, and I mean, pretty much. I think that it's super important the stuff that he's talking about, and then I'm very impressed with Daily Wire for being so open about everything. But I do think, I don't know if you want to get into this now, but I think it's like a psychological effect. I think they're not tricking people, manipulating people, because they are explaining everything. They are opening up their mind completely.
Yeah.
But they're also building your trust as a viewer and then shitting on Crowder, then building him up, building Crowder back up, and then building your trust, shitting on Crowder. And so they do that
Okay.
over and over.
Pretty good.
Videos. Yeah.
Is that good? That's your gloss?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that
then
works.
we'll talk about each other's glosses
Okay.
after. So my gloss about it
Right.
is when you look deeper into it,
Right.
it was a setup project on Crowder's part. That's
I-
what I've always
I
seen
agree.
it as.
I agree.
Like, that was...
I never thought that was going to be the case when I first
I never
looked
thought it
into
was the case either.
but I agree.
So, yeah, like, I always saw that as...
I think he planned the whole thing.
He was a very
Think so?
boisterous... The way I see it is, like, it is a change my mind happening in real life. And just how, like...
It's wow.
That's
a
how
hell
I
of a
see
way
it.
to look at it.
This
yeah.
is how I see it because his change my minds are unedited, full conversation.
right,
Right now...
and that's what he is.
And
Yep.
that's what he decides to do.
right.
And the people that talk to him while he is doing those change my minds are the ones that want to edit stuff and change the subject
Right.
and move the goalposts, as I'm using Crowder's words. Move goalposts. Like, this is our end goal. And now this is our end goal mid-conversation. This is a change my mind. And normally in change my minds, you root for Crowder because
Right.
he's only spitting facts.
Right.
He's not giving opinions. He's only giving facts.
Right.
Maybe some opinion is mixed in there, but it is
course.
mostly facts. And you
Coming from facts.
and
yeah.
you see the whole entire thing so you can make your own judgment about it.
Right.
Crowder edited
Right.
a non-binding term agreement and only
Yep.
showed you what he
did.
wanted to show you.
It's true. That's a
Daily Wire
that
was
was a red flag for me, too.
Yeah, Daily Wire was transparent
notice
and
that?
showed the whole thing.
No, say it again.
What?
I zoned out real quick.
Of course. Yeah, so
Are you
Daily
here or are
Wire
you not here?
Daily
It's my mind.
Wire is putting out unedited like Crowder does with
Oh yeah.
Change My Mind. Crowder is putting out the edited. Crowder
That
is
was
putting
the-
out stuff that makes big waves and has shock value.
I'll say my opinion.
Daily Wire is just giving out facts.
Right.
It's literally a Change My Mind, and Daily Wire is Crowder.
So
Right. I'll say
And
my
Crowder's
viewpoint
the
real quick.
screamer.
That was a red flag for me, Dilly, when I watched the whole hour of Jeremy. What's his last name?
Jeremy Boring.
Boring.
yeah.
Co-CEO of Daily Wire, went through the whole entire word for word and explained the document. That was, I don't care how he was saying stuff. The fact that he went through every word is a lot more trustworthy than me.
Because they build your trust.
No.
No,
So let me
it's-
finish.
Got it.
It's
Let me
trustworthy
finish.
because he's
Think
allowing,
about it just on a base standpoint.
he's allowing me to make my own opinion about the document.
Trust me, I know where you're at, and I'm with you. Okay. No, would you fucking shut up?
Okay, go ahead.
Listen to what I'm saying. Forget about all the bullshit that you fucking
Okay.
have heard or thought about it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One side told the whole story. One side only told the story they wanted you to hear.
Like Crowder.
And
you
that
saying?
da-
Didn't tell you.
and the Daily Wire video, that wasn't an opinionated video like Ben Shapiro's or Crowder's.
Yeah, Ben's
That was,
definitely was.
there was, well, I mean, the last 5 minutes was when he was like saying this was hurtful and distasteful and I thought we were friends. That was the
How
last
he was saying stuff. He was.
but when he was going through the document,
right.
that was unbiased. Right. That was just saying, here is the document, make your own opinion of it. He didn't
Sure.
try to sway the audience while he was reading the document.
Right.
It was the last 5 minutes when
Yeah.
he gave his own.
So that
Crowder
looked-
was started off giving his opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I think I know where you're coming from with how they were like how they manipulate. I guess
Yeah.
how they're saying. I think it was just as a CEO of that big of a
Trying
company,
to cover their butt.
just really trying to watch what they say. I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a big
In a
responsibility.
very legal action that was happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's mainly what it was. I understand. Trust me. Can't believe I think I'm leaning Daily Wire side, and I never thought I would have
Really?
ever. No, when I first watched that Crowder video, I was full fucking Crowder, full
Dude,
Crowder.
the very second I saw the Crowder's first video, I was like, I am 90% sure that's going to be a Daily Wire thing.
Yeah.
Daily Wire contract. I can't wait for, and I was like, even if it's not, Daily Wire has to say something about this, so I can't wait for when that happens. And then I saw the hour-long video post, and I was like, and there it is.
There we go. So I definitely understand. I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously, obviously, because we were talking about it when we were first watched that video.
Oh yep.
I just looking at from the middle, right?
Uh-huh.
The fact that one side showed
And both
the
of
whole
us
thing,
are in, all of three of us are in the middle because all three
Right.
of us like
both
content.
parties. Yeah,
both parties. I like the
Yeah.
Daily Wire, and I like Crowder.
So, but seeing Crowder only show snippets of it when it, in reality, so I watched Tim Pool with
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens. You know Candace Owens.
I got you. I've seen them all.
Yep, you got it. So I didn't love how she was going about it because she was clearly very offended.
Yeah, she was.
Which
That is
not-
kind of Candace's shtick, though.
true, 100%. She's really good at being loud.
Yeah.
It is.
But I love her work,
I love her
what
too.
she does.
Yeah.
I really like.
Mhm.
I like her stuff. I think she's really talented. Deserves to be where she's at.
100%.
I think how she was first going about it, I was like, I'm really watching what you're saying now.
Yeah.
But man, she had some really good fucking points. And
Uh-huh.
so I think she was really hammering home that it was a whole plan by Crowder.
So-
And proof of that plan best shows, I think, is
The phone call?
Ben Shapiro's video where he literally breaks the timeline.
Yeah.
And also, so I can bring that up. So Dilly, because he posted it on Twitter as well.
And
okay.
real quick, so
Go
what's because then if this is just changing my point of view here, what would be the benefit to Crowder then? 'Cause
He
if
was
there's a
he was
benefit-
pushing
The timeline shows this. So here.
to answer that question, he was really pushing people to come to his company, right?
Oh, like shitting on that other company.
to sign with him instead of sign with like other companies like Daily Wire.
Yeah,
Sign with
That's
him
interesting.
and he'll produce them.
very interesting
I believe it was a whole plan just to push that.
to get.
People to come
Well-
to him and sign with him.
But he did say I do understand that. I'm not I just think that didn't he talk to Daily Wire and say, hey, we can work something out and not have all this BS, and then they still were like, yeah, no.
They
Something like
from
that.
what I've seen, so he's about to show you a timeline.
Okay.
They sent him the offer in October.
Oh, so he
Why
just
in the
now-
world did he just now make this crazy video?
Okay, yeah. So here's
Yeah,
the
it's interesting.
timeline. So Ben Shapiro put out like a 30-minute video. So we're just gonna, if you want to watch that, go watch that and watch Ben Shapiro's opinion
Yep.
about that. We're just gonna try to give
Also,
facts.
also
and,
like Ben, I've disagreed with some of the stuff he's said
I've
before for
disagreed.
sure. But
I've definitely
God,
disagreed
it
too.
is so fascinating listening to that man talk.
Yeah.
though.
I think it's
All right, so here's the timeline, Dill. So that way you can.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm
listen
just
to
gonna
this
give
part.
you timeline. I'm not gonna let me get through the whole timeline.
This makes
I'm not gonna give opinions.
Okay.
So just think about the timeline.
This makes it a little sus for Crowder.
Okay.
All right.
Prior to October 5th, Steven's agent requests an offer from Daily Wire. October 5th, Daily Wire submits non-binding term sheet to
Yep.
Steven Crowder. November 2nd, Steven tells Jeremy he wants $30 million per year and us to send him a new offer, refusing to redline or edit anything on term sheet. So that's November 2nd. November 14th, Daily Wire says to Steven, we can't do that. Have a good day. Pretty much like, we can't make a deal. We're not going to continue trying.
Too much, essentially, is what they're
Yeah,
saying.
too much. We can't afford you. We
Yeah.
can't. We pleasure doing business.
You might be
but we're-
worth that, but we can't.
we can't afford it. Or like, you have a business model, we have a business model. It doesn't necessarily mesh. Whatever.
Right.
We still love each other. Let go on our happy ways. We hope for the best, kind
Right.
of thing.
Yeah.
December 12th, Steven registers. So December 12th, 2022. Steven Crowder registers stopbigcon.com. That's the big website that he pushed in his videos that you watched.
You registered that in December? What did it say?
December 12th.
Wow. December. okay.
December 15th, so 3 days later, he announces that he is leaving the Blaze. So
Whoa, seems
he
Like going
yeah,
independent.
Yeah, going independent and shopping offers. That's when he put out his video saying,
Being a
I'm
free
leaving the
agent.
Blaze. I'm a free agent. If you want to send me an offer, send me an offer. So, yeah. So 12th, registers Stop BitCon. 15th, announces that he's accepting offers publicly on YouTube and stuff like that. January 7th, so a little bit later, Steven texts Jeremy in a friendly fashion to ask if they can talk. January 9th, Steven calls Jeremy and secretly records the phone call.
Wow.
And you saw that on the second video.
Yeah, he planned.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this
Did that
me,
ahead of
and
time.
then so this is just word for word, basically what Ben Shapiro posted on Twitter.
This was in December.
So he did this.
No,
So he
early
did
January.
He called them. So and Ben Shapiro says this means 96 days elapsed. 96 days, over 3 months elapsed between when he received the term sheet and when he secretly taped Jeremy. So 3 months went by where he had the term sheet and then decided to secretly tape him. And that also means that 36 days, a full month, elapsed between when he decided to attack Daily Wire and Jeremy by purchasing stopbigcon.com and when he called Jeremy to tape him. So he was
So before
now we're getting into opinions, but now
Right.
but that's the timeline.
there's the timeline, and that says a lot. That timeline says a lot, especially because he recorded the phone call of Jeremy
months later.
weeks.
Well,
and weeks.
before he made that first video.
Yeah, weeks ahead of
And
time.
he put it into the second video. So what that tells me is he was planning to use that as a weapon the whole time.
Yeah.
Before he even started this.
and
He got the phone call recording before Daily Wire even knew anything about what video he was going to make.
It's
And then he sat on it for weeks.
Right.
It's interesting
And
too
weeks.
because he could have. This is just another point of view because I'm looking at both point of views. What if he was just the whole time just thinking, "Is this something I really want to do?"
And
Do I
so now we're getting into opinions and stuff like that. So my
Right.
opinion is like he was laying it out, and like Ben Shapiro, Candace Owens, and a lot of people have brought this up. Like he doesn't have access to Mug Club email list. The Blaze does because the Blaze technically owns it. So he doesn't know who or anything else like that.
Right.
So when he created stopbitcon.com and you put in it's a signee, now you're on an email list. He has your email. So now he can say how much viewers he has based off of that because he knows and whatnot. So he registered that even before he publicly announced to everybody on YouTube that he was accepting offers.
Right.
So
Or just after Daily Wire said, we're sorry, we can't do anything with you kind of thing.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It was essentially,
So it looks
essentially
like
says that he was like, oh, man, I'm going to need emails. I'm going to need people.
I need emails. I need make a big splash to make sure I'm secure when I go independent. And I think was looking at it from what I see, in my opinion, he was looking at it like, what's the biggest possible splash? Make giant internet beef with another giant conservative company so that way I get the most eyes possible the second I become independent, and then I can make as much money as possible the second I become independent.
It's very interesting, yeah. Or he could have. That's the thing. Or he could have just planned to expose everybody. When
Well, what is there to expose?
And also, if you're planning on exposing them,
that term,
and you don't care about the money, it's not, as he said.
Well, let's go.
He said it's not about the money. Why did you sit on it for months
and
then
counter
release
offers,
it, and then constantly do
Right.
counter offers
And
sit
phone call.
sit on this,
Record the phone call, which
sit
is
on this dirty
it is
stuff.
legal in this state of Texas, but as a friend, you
That's
don't release
fucked up.
you don't record somebody and not tell them.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
not right.
release
It's just
it.
not right morally.
No, it's not right
Yeah,
morally.
it's morally
not
fucked
good.
up.
So, especially because what he stands for is like opposite of that shit. So
that is true. Yeah.
see what I mean? So I saw that. I'm like, okay, that's fucked up. I don't even know. I don't even have to hear what Jeremy says in that. It's still fucked up. So
Yeah,
let's just go to the term sheet, okay? Because
Yeah.
you're saying he was wanting to expose the term sheet. Maybe that's what his point was.
Yeah.
Well, I looked into it, and Candace Owen had a great point about the term sheet.
Brett Cooper also had an amazing.
I didn't hear his, but
That's a chick, but okay.
sorry, my fault. But damn it!
Yeah, she
Got 'em.
hosts the comment section on Daily Wire. She's the youngest talent.
Okay.
She's the youngest employee of Daily Wire. She's like 21.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen her.
Which that's why her words bring heavy weight.
Right,
But I'll bring
Candace
that up.
was talking about her.
Yep.
I swear she said he, but I guess not. So, but clearly I don't know her. But so, what she said, Candace Owen said, she had a great point, and she was like, in the document, because she was explaining like her, because she has a contract with Daily Wire.
Yeah.
Right?
All talent does. Yeah.
Oh, Candace. Well,
Right.
I guess a lot of.
Yeah, every
conservative
single
people-
one of them has a contract with the Daily Wire. It's a talent contract, so it's kind of similar to what they offered Steven, but
Right.
not the same because every
course.
single one can redline it in the own way that they want.
Of course.
Oh, okay.
So, she was like going like at the fees. The fee things, he was pushing out the fees why they were fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Initially, I agreed with him, right? I was like, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I did too. And then, like,
$100,000 for a fucking missing a day? Jesus Christ.
yeah,
That sounds
Candace
crazy.
cleared that up really good.
She did such a good job. And what she said is like, what about all of the, like, say he was recording a show.
Yeah.
What about, like, the writers and what about the people that, like, videographers? What about the cameramen?
You
What
let
about
them
all these
down.
people? Daily Wire still got to pay them because they showed up to work.
Oh,
And
like if they didn't.
And the
yeah.
cameramen aren't a talent contract like they are. They're employees.
Right.
They get paid no matter what.
No matter what.
good
So
point.
if he didn't show up, they still got to pay those people. That's what that 100,000's
Oh, okay.
preparing for. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly. Like
It's
she
not
was
them
saying.
making money. It's
Right.
them covering.
Yeah,
their
she
butt.
was saying,
Right.
and then like Tim Pool also brought it up because he was like he did the math, and it's like if all of these demonetizations happen on every single one, and you get taken off of every single one of these platforms, and you literally can't publish on jack shit. He was like, if you can't publish on Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and like one other place. And Tim Pool was like, if you do the math and he gets taken down off of all of those because he says some fucking really rash shit, he still gets paid $12.2 million. So like you get paid $12.2 million if you literally get taken off every single fucking platform. That's an amazing deal.
Oh yeah, so there's no.
Still loses obviously a lot of money, but
A lot of possible money.
he made it look bad. Crowder did because he was like, I already get fucking striked all the time and fucked up by YouTube all the time, and they're saying, if I get a strike or something, I'm gonna be lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
So he's like, am I just gonna lose money right away? You know what I mean? They have to put that in for everybody.
Yeah.
That's
and
why
that's just an instant red line. Like,
it's just
No.
that's why it's a term sheet. If he went through the final contract, I'm sure it would be way different. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And he was like saying, so if you're telling me if I have a sick day, I lose $100,000, and then in that hour-long video,
Jeremy, yeah.
they talk about that, and Candace also talked about that, and Candace broke it down to where it was like every single day he's getting paid, because like in the term sheet, because it was like you have to do 4 things a week and this and that and blah,
Right.
blah, blah. So it came out to him working 192 days a year.
Yeah.
And you can like load up stuff, and like Candace's math, it's like that came out to $62,000 a day. He gets paid.
Wow.
He gets paid $62,000 a day. So them saying you lose $100,000 is like, okay, we're not going to pay you for the $62,000. So there's that, and then that $40,000 is like to pay off like sponsors that said we paid you to have a sponsorship. Now you're and do an ad read on this episode
have to
on this
cover their
day, and now
butts.
we're not doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like $40,000 to
And
cover
100, I think, was very just a
general.
number thrown out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could have been 80 or something like that. That
Yeah,
they could have
because
decided
it
on.
was a non-binding.
Right. It was
Yeah, it
just
was
a term
non-binding,
sheet.
so he could have come
was
back
just-
and said $72,000 or 63 or
Right.
It was just
whatever.
an idea. It was
But
all
it
an
was just
idea.
Right.
$100, $100,000 base.
Yes, and Candace had another great point that I have written down here. It says one of the videos is titled "I didn't want to do this." Right.
Yeah.
The second video said I didn't want to do this. If he didn't want to do this, why did he record his friend Jeremy like weeks before?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's another thing. So Candace is signed with the Daily Wire too, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So she can't.
But
say-
she has been
speak her
very
mind.
publicly against Daily Wire while under contract with them as well.
Really?
Yeah. She's
Same time.
publicly said, like, I fully disagree with everything they're doing. Well, not everything,
Not
but
everything.
so
Yeah.
Some
many
of the
things.
stuff.
'Cause that's
She's
what I
been
wondered.
extremely public about hating on Daily Wire multiple times
At
after
least
she
not.
signed.
At least not defending him. That's for sure.
Okay, well that's good. That's what I would be curious about.
Yeah.
And it seems like it seems like they're not hiding anything.
She was
Yeah.
just mainly offended and spoke out because she got, as she said, hit with like shrapnel of the damage that he
Yeah. Like,
imploded on.
yeah,
you know?
because Steven Crowder attacking this
Just making everyone
didn't
look bad.
attack
Right.
necessarily just Jeremy Boring submitting the contract. He attacked anyone that had those contracts with Daily Wire because
especially
he said
what's her name, Brett
Cooper.
Brett Cooper.
because he said he described it as enslavement.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
he
you're
said
stuck.
that, and that's why a lot of people were like hating on him. And it's like you're literally saying you're a slave after getting paid $50 million,
Right.
and only working 192 days a year, and
Yeah.
getting this and that and blah blah blah. And they talked about sick days just to bring that back up because
Right.
I brought that up.
Weeks of vacation.
Yeah, he gets all these vacation days. He can also like back roll. Like he can film some stuff in advance and then
Right.
have that on the back burner and put that out in advance. So that way, instead of needing to work 4 days, he can only work 3 days that week because he had one already in the chamber ready to publish, and all this
Right.
and that. And the sick day, there was a motion for that. Like if talent becomes disabled for whatever reason and no longer is able to do that for a certain amount of time,
Right.
they were just going to communicate with them, and then instead of negative $100,000,
Right.
and then you still have to do another episode. Now it's okay. We're just going to take that episode. You don't have to do that anymore, and we're going to take away the $62,000 for that day, and then that's it.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
it's like
they were just
basically
gonna
it's like
they were
we're
gonna
going to
prorate 'em.
yeah, it's like we're going to shorten the contract. We're not going to pay you for that day, but you're not going to have to work that day. And so you're still getting paid the same
It
amount.
never even happened. Right.
Yeah, so it's like as if you never had to sign a contract for that
Right.
day. So it's like
So-
it's a wash.
And yeah. So the
See.
Before I go anymore, what do you think, Dilly?
Oh, it's very interesting. That's all I got to say. I don't know.
What do you mean?
I mean, a lot of things
Interesting.
that Crowder brought up, he was like,
Well-
it's for younger people. And that's why I was like saying, when I was like doing the
Yeah.
gloss and I was like, this is like a Louder and Crowder.
Yeah.
And why he was changing the goalposts. He went from, this is just an idiotic contract and this and that to
Right.
it needs to be 30 mil a year. And also an idiotic contract. And then it's not about the contract for me. It's about the contract for younger people.
Right.
And this and that. And it's like, no, be definitive. Is it because they're not paying you enough? Is it because the contract they offered you isn't enough? Or is it because you're worried for the younger talent?
I do think, I see why now you guys are more with the Daily Wire. I just think they need to have them both in a room and just debate it out.
Well, that's how it should have gone the whole time.
Yeah, it should have
And
been
that's
behind
why
closed doors
that's why
and just
Crowder
between
even
them.
looks worse.
Just
Yeah,
talk.
I would
he
say-
started right. He
Yeah,
started it.
He did say, hey, didn't Crowder say, oh, we can have a meeting about this? But I feel like they
Yeah.
probably have hit him up.
Well,
But
he called Jeremy.
Yeah, and that's why it's like Candace also brought this up. Steven is a child actor. He is a professional actor.
Mm-hmm.
He has had roles.
After I heard that, I'm like, ooh.
And so, like,
it
when
did
he's
look
like-
he was acting.
Yeah, exactly. And when he in the first video when he opens it up and he's like, I haven't been happy. I haven't been happy for a while. It's like, and then you hear the timeline and it's like, so you haven't been happy. So then you thought about being unhappy for 3 months, and then for a few weeks, and then you registered that Stop Big Con, and then you were really unhappy, but you didn't do anything about it for 3 months, and then you secretly recorded a friend, but you were still really unhappy with it. So then you like kept that recording and that domain,
Right.
and you
It's
were still really
interesting.
unhappy about that. And then a few more weeks go by,
No,
and then
there's
you
so
finally were
much.
so unhappy you decided to film something and put it out on YouTube.
There's so
It's like,
much.
wow, you must have been really unhappy and thought about being really unhappy for a really long
Yeah.
time.
No,
Yes,
there's a
no.
lot of sus.
Not looking good for him.
Yeah, which is like, I think,
Just reading my emails.
and then
No.
so yeah, so Brett
ADHD.
Cooper. So I think the two most important videos after the initial
right.
Steven Crowder and Daily Wire videos. What is Dilly looking at?
Oh my god.
Okay,
Things.
whatever.
Anyways,
So
Can you get off your fucking email?
I'm listening.
You're not
okay,
listening.
so
I'm listening.
the two most important ones I think is the Brett Cooper
Okay.
Instagram live feed video she did, a 30-minute video.
Yep.
And then Ben Shapiro's timeline video. The timeline video, just because the
True.
timeline does show so much, but Brett
Tim
Cooper,
Pools were really good, but
yeah, Tim Pools was also very good too, and it also gave a great perspective, like a middle person perspective.
well,
where
that's
it's like,
what Tim Pool does so well.
yeah, he
right?
does such
That's
a good
why
job.
he got so successful.
And they were really good. But why I say Brett Cooper's is because that was one of the goalposts that Steven used was like,
Yeah.
it's for the younger talent. Like, I can't be okay with knowing that younger talent are putting them in signing an enslavement contract,
right.
which
So
is
he
an
was taking a
insane-
shot at Brett Cooper. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
that's what everyone said, Brett
Right.
Cooper, because Brett Cooper is the youngest talent
Right.
that Daily Wire has. Her first, and so in her video, she talked about it. Her first contract with the Daily Wire was
Right.
at 19 years old. She's
Right.
21 now and has a new contract with them because her show comment section and this and that is blowing up. It's almost at 2 million
I've
subscribers.
seen her before.
It's a
21.
great fucking.
I've seen her before. I didn't know her name.
It's
and
a
that's-
really entertaining show. She's really good at that show. That's a really good
good.
show. I very much like it. It's almost at 2 mil. It's crazy, and it's barely even a year
yeah.
old. It's almost a year old.
Yeah,
It's
I've
not
seen it.
even a year old. It's almost at 2 mil.
Imagine 21 having that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
opportunity.
So, but anyway, so she talks about this, and she was like, "This is really legitimately fucking insulting," because he's like protecting the young talent. I am that young talent you're talking about, and she's like,
Right.
at 19 years old, I debated and I fought for my contract for
Right.
3 months against the Daily Wire. I fought against the Daily Wire for 3 months to get my contract, and I signed it happy with it.
Right.
And then my show started. It was great. It was doing so good that Daily Wire came back to me and said, we could just keep with this contract, but you're making us so much money. It's only right to reterm your contract and give you more
Right.
because
Sounds
we're
like-
making more.
It sounds like it's fair. They're being
Exactly.
fair.
So
Yeah.
and then they normally when that's a generosity, it's like, we'll redo your contract. You just sign whatever new contract it is
Right.
for the more money. No, apparently she negotiated again for another 3 months
Right.
for that contract. So it's like him saying that, it's like, oh, they can't do that. It's like, then why is this girl at 19 years old doing it?
Right. Candace had before I forget, had a funny point. I don't know if I fully agree on it, but it is a pretty interesting point. How she was like, because Crowder was really pushing out that it wasn't like true like conservative American like how they wrote it. You know what I mean? That's how he was pushing it, right?
Yeah.
But almost on the flip side of that, what he was asking for is almost more like communist in the
Socialist,
list,
yeah.
socialist. You know
And
what I
that's
mean?
what Ben
'Cause
Shapiro said. It's
right.
like, we're not communist. We're not a charity. We're not going to
Right.
give you money for doing nothing.
We're
That's
conservative.
communism.
We have to be careful with how much we give each person so we can make sure to rightfully pay everybody for the rightfully work that they do,
Yeah.
which is that's capitalism, right?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
capitalism. It's like, if I
I
win,
was like, shit,
Never
that's
hate
fucking true.
Yeah.
And it does make him look like he wanted more than, is right for a business.
yeah, like he was, like Ben Shapiro was talking about, which is like, it's true and not true. So like, if you want to be an employee, then you want to be an employee and make employee wages and have a salary and then get paid no matter what. If the business fails, you still get paid the same until the business goes belly up and closes.
Right.
And that's how an employee works.
Yeah.
But you're a talent contract. You're not an employee.
Yes.
You're there for a limited amount of time for a limited amount of money.
Yes.
And this and that. So you're held under different standards. So if you want to be an employee and say, we will hold you to this until forever,
right.
and be an employee, then that's what you want to do. But you're a talent contract, so then you're in a different lane.
Right. Essentially, the talent contract is just like saying 4 or 6 years you want to go your separate way and be like independent or whatever. You can do that. Our goal and our job is just to build you up socially and through this business and industry. And then when you're up here, successful, then go do your own thing. Go with somebody else or continue with us.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's up to you. That's our job.
And like, it's not a news story. Like, and I feel like I didn't remember hearing him talking about it, but I'm sure if he did, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. So like, it's like the Scooter Braun and
yeah, I'm good.
Scooter Braun and his music label versus Taylor Swift and all this. So like,
Love that girl.
yeah, Taylor Swift's music, she made a lot of money. I love Taylor Swift too. Taylor Swift's
good.
great.
T-Swizz.
Feeling 22.
Banger.
Yeah. But it's like that was a big one too. That was all over the
Right.
headlines. Like,
Yep.
she left that label and went
Yep.
to a different label. But
Yep.
then they were like, hey, you're not making any money off of this music because that's not your music. That's our music because we paid for it. We paid for the studio. We paid for the recording. We paid for the publishing. We paid for everything.
Right.
And we paid for you to sing it.
Right.
And we paid for those lyrics. So, sorry, that's not yours. So she had to buy out her whole entire library, re-record it, and republish it.
Yeah.
So it would be the same. So like, because that was a big thing with Steven Crowder. It's like, you're telling me like, if I get a contract, it's not mine if I do this, and it's like, yeah,
That's
Yeah.
how our
yeah.
contract works.
Like if
You don't
I
have to sign it too.
yeah, like what the fuck?
But
Do you
that's
think?
How, that's how
Like,
you
do you
sign with.
think a construction worker that builds a fucking skyscraper in New York City says, I fucking built that skyscraper, bro.
It's mine.
I'm going to fucking go up to that fucking 75th story and I'm going to shit in the CEO's office bathroom.
Literally
Because I built that fucking bathroom. No, it's not his fucking skyscraper, even though he fucking built it.
Same with like
Good analogy too.
sports players too.
Yeah.
Like NFL players like
And I think, it was either Brett or Candace also had a similar point where it's like, Crowder has had sick days. He has had days where he wasn't there because he was on the road doing comedy shows.
Right.
And there were stand-ins. Like,
yeah, that's also
exactly. And they were like, so does that mean like when they were the host of that day, you don't have any rights to that show?
right. And he
Like that was their show, that was their episode, so you have no rights and you get no money for that because they were the host, not you. You weren't there, so you don't get any.
Crowder was also saying like how he was saying like they like want like Daily Wire like their talents want to be like careful on YouTube,
Yeah.
but then they don't say they cater to YouTube, but then go to other platforms to say what they truly believe
Yeah.
because YouTube will take
And
it
they
down.
slowly build up their own subscriber
Right.
base.
But he also does that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what everyone's point was. Like Timcast has timcastirl.com or whatever.
Yep.
He has his own thing. Daily Wire has Daily Wire Plus, and then Steven Crowder has Mug Club, and they all do it in their own ways. Steven Crowder,
Right. He does it
I mean, yeah, Tim Pool and Daily Wire do it pretty similar, where they're just like, I can't talk about this, so go to my own website and you can hear everything you want to say.
Yeah. And he didn't say that he wasn't doing that, but he was pretty much applying that he didn't.
And he did the piss
When he
off
literally
YouTube
does.
Yeah, he has piss off YouTube segments.
He is literally piss off YouTube segments. So, yeah, I know it's fucking insane. I'm trying to look. I don't think there's really anything more for me.
Yeah.
I had a whole page of fucking topics and shit, or fucking notes about it. So it's interesting.
Yeah. So listening to it more, are you still with Crowder, Dill?
Are you guys waiting for me to be converted or something?
Well,
No,
no, I'm waiting for you to have a commentary
You
because
haven't-
you haven't
yeah.
said anything.
Yeah, right.
It's very. I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult for me to just. I mean,
Like, what's your biggest?
from what you guys said? It's like, yeah, it sounds like Daily Wire is good. I mean, they're reasonable. They laid everything out.
Yeah.
I just don't know why. I want to know why he started the conflict. What's the benefit for him? And I
So
know we kind of talked
that's
about
what I was saying with the email
Yeah.
list because he's
It's
going
to push-
independent.
yeah.
So he doesn't know how many subscribers he
'Cause-
has, and he doesn't have access to that. So he has to. So when he goes fully independent away from the Blaze, he's starting at square one again, technically. So
Yeah.
he has to build it up as rapidly as he possibly can, so he doesn't miss a payment on whatever bills, kind of thing.
That makes sense because I'm just thinking, why can't he just go independent
Yeah.
and not start beef? 'Cause-
Yeah. So like
so
if
there's a reason for
I'm
it.
sure-
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, I
just
feel
logically.
more than likely if the Blaze just handed over all data whatsoever to him and he knew exactly what he had and he had complete control over everything and all subscribers remained his and everything else and just
course.
disconnected from the Blaze whenever his contract ended,
Yeah.
he wouldn't have done this. But because he has to restart now that his contract up with the Blaze is up, he has to do something really big
Yeah.
because it's just the same as anything. Like PewDiePie has over 100 million subscribers, but he can barely break 10 mil on a video.
Right.
Those subscribers, like, yeah, that's great to say he has those many subscribers, but how many are truly active?
Right.
So he has to do something to make all 6 million subscribers or whatever
Yeah.
reactivate and watch him for a while so that way he gets all those resubscriptions
Right.
on whatever
Wow.
news site he has
Yeah.
after the Blaze. So I think all he was doing was making sure every light shined on him as bright as
what-
possible.
Yeah, and what points to him being like, well, there's better points than why it's like, I think it was planned and everything. I think it's like almost foolproof that it was because of what he needed and what he wants and where he wants to go now. I think it's just like, oh, it's
Well,
clearly he
yeah.
planned it, but the first video was too good.
And
It was too good.
It was too planned out. And also him introducing the idea of him becoming his own Daily Wire, essentially. Like
Yeah.
him controlling it and publishing and all this and that.
Right.
Daily Wire hasn't done any of that. Daily Wire hasn't been like, if you are talent, we will make fair, reasonable contracts with
Right.
you. Come talk to us and we will. This isn't how our contracts are. We will show you how our contracts are. Come here. We are interested in new talent always, and we are always fair. They never said that. They're only defending themselves. Crowder's the only one trying to build a business.
I heard he in the videos. I mean,
He literally
but he did say that. He said, "Well,
Right.
come on over to me, and then we could work something out."
yeah, so he's the only one.
That's what he was trying to
recruiting
do.
people. Yeah.
And Daily Wire even tried to help Crowder. At the end of the hour-long video, Jeremy Boring even was like, don't go unsubscribe from Crowder. Don't do any of that. If anything, please go to Mug Club. Subscribe to Mug Club. Help Crowder because it's for the movement. No matter who it is, we need to continue the movement. And Crowder is the biggest name of the movement. And this and that. So Daily Wire supported Crowder even after what Crowder did. And the only thing Crowder has done is try to build up his own
It'll be interesting.
entity.
Right.
Crazy what Shapiro said. We watched. Well, you probably watched the rest of the video, but at the beginning he goes, "As many of you have heard, my our former friend,
Yeah.
friend Steven Crowder." I was like, "Dang."
Well, yeah. Just 'cause
Well, how can
Yeah.
you fucking trust someone after you're like, hey, after they came out and secretly recorded
Yeah.
someone that you thought was like extremely close friends with him for
Not good.
over a decade? Like,
And that's gonna
Go
say,
ahead.
to be fair,
we
but
want
to
you
be
to talk
fair-
more, so please do.
Yeah. So, also, it doesn't seem like there are some corrupt people out there, corrupt companies, corrupt stuff. But from at the same time, like he's basically Crowder's like, "Oh, see, you look corrupt, bad, bad, bad." You know, he's saying all
Right.
the bad things. But then Daily Wire is like, they lay out everything. And
yeah, they lay out everything.
It'd be different if they were like, I never said that.
And
you
like,
know, and then
they're
they
the
didn't show
most
anything.
genuine
They say it all.
And they're like
Yeah.
being one of the most genuine about it. It's like, this is how we do business, and we have become successful because of this business plan
So
and this
just-
business method. If you don't want to do it, you don't
We're
have
not
to
the
be
business for you.
You don't have to be involved
It might
with
not
it.
be the
and we're
best plan, right?
Yeah,
But
and that's what everyone said. All of
works
these
for
people
us.
that have like been in negotiations, because a lot of people have come out and been like, yeah, I've been in negotiations with Daily Wire, and we said no.
Yeah, Tim Pool.
So-
Yep.
Tim Pool's the most prolific, and like all of them are like, we negotiate for a while, we say, yeah, we can't find common ground, and then they go, okay, cool, let's just stop it at this. we're still friends. We're still going to help each other out.
Right.
Whenever you need a helping hand, we're here. And whenever you need us, we'll be there and we'll still help you.
Well,
that's how every single person has talked about it, except for Crowder.
So, and then something I'm thinking about. I don't know if it's just because I'm buzzed. Super random. Weird analogy.
You've had 2
but
sips.
I stopped because I'm getting tired. So, so we're this is along the same lines. Just analogy. So we're car people, right?
Yeah.
United car people. What if I went to a shop and they quoted me something, and then all of a sudden I took a recording of their voice of me quoting them stuff, and then I said, they're terrible. This is why. This is terrible. Really terrible people. And then it's a good analogy, though, because I feel like they're just like, okay, the deal didn't work out.
Yeah, it would have been a totally
go
different
somewhere
deal if like the Daily Wire came out first and said, we offered him like $165 million and this and that. And then like Crowder comes out with official emails from him being like, they actually offered me 50.
Right.
Not 165. Like it was complete lie and bullfacing, but like it's not. Like they're all agreeing on what was in the contract, but Crowder's not including and not acknowledging parts of the contract that completely completely make whatever his arguments are irrelevant.
Yep, and it makes
like his sick day argument is irrelevant after you read the contract.
And it makes when you don't have, I don't care what, this is me not being on any side, just if he's covering stuff up, it's like being in court or something. You're covering it up, it's not fair. That's it.
Yeah, once you acknowledge the fact that Brett Cooper at 19 negotiated for 3 months with very limited support and got a contract she was happy with, then your argument of it's for the younger people goes out the door, but he won't acknowledge that.
Yeah,
of course.
It's
And
like a louder with it's like a change my mind when they won't acknowledge a fact.
Same with the phone call. Same with like how he was only showing a little bit of the contract or the term sheet.
Yeah.
Same with the phone call. He
A little
only
bit.
showed
I
that
remember that.
one segment that was saying what Jeremy was saying.
It was clip, clip,
Yeah.
clip. Yeah,
Yeah, and he points that out in Change My Minds when he like someone tries to pull up data and he was like, "Oh, I know that one. Go 3 paragraphs down and it fucking refutes whatever he says." Daily Wire did that to him. It's like, "Oh, you said sick day. 3 sections down. It refutes what you said."
What you didn't show.
Yeah, what you didn't show. It's literally a Change My Mind, and he's the screaming weirdo at the college.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
Yeah, I think that
Love those
first
videos.
video was just all to try to get as much emails as he possibly did. I'm sure he got a lot.
I'm
and
sure
I hope
he got a ton. I want him to be successful, and I want Daily
so
Wire
successful.
I want
Both
both of them to be successful, but I also want them to understand it's like there's no need to fucking make drama for yourself. Like
Yeah.
just
especially who Daily Wire has. Jordan Peterson.
Yeah,
I mean,
just-
love his content and what
Oh, I
he's
didn't know he works at Daily Wire.
Yeah.
Jordan
yeah,
Peterson?
he had and exactly different contract terms. He
Yeah.
doesn't have a show like Ben Shapiro. He doesn't have a daily show.
Right.
He has like these episode series that he has.
He's awesome. That
like
guy's
documentary
freaking-
kind of
Yeah, he has
stuff.
just
So
he just does documentary type
Right.
things. He
Yeah.
doesn't
So-
do a daily show.
so he signed with him, and I listened to his daughter's podcast.
I'm not saying
And
anything.
yeah, you clearly did.
Jeez. Very,
So I listened to what she said. She's
attractive
kind of like
woman.
the manager and organizer for her dad,
Yeah.
essentially. She has her own podcast. She's super successful at what
Yeah.
she does, but essentially organizes what he his
representative.
business
Yeah.
represents. So
Yeah.
she went over how it was getting a contract with Daily Wire was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for Dilly to listen.
Are you listening, Dilly?
I'm listening.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's looking up Caleb Peterson.
Oh my god.
I just double. No, I'm just Hey, I'm just checking.
Fat brows.
I'm,
All right,
I'm
anyway.
just double checking.
Anyway.
I like your bangs.
Okay.
So
Okay.
listen.
Okay. Yeah, I'm listening.
No, you're not. Now you are. Once I fucking smack you.
Anyways, yeah.
So, I listened to her. So she went over like what it was getting the contract with Daily Wire was,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and she said, yeah, there was stuff like where it was kind of like a little egregious, like the 100K or whatever. She said it wasn't that number, but
Yeah.
it was like 100K for missing a day or whatever, or missing an episode, stuff, something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like no, then he countered offered. Then he had the lawyers just fucking iron it out.
Yeah.
Then it was boom. Then he figured it out. Then it's actually like 40K,
Yeah.
and then you can agree on it. Yeah, if I fucking fuck up and miss that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
Fair,
if
yeah.
I say get in an accident or something, then it goes from 40K to like 15K. Then I lose that 15K, but then you can pay everybody
what
else
if-
with that 15K.
Yeah, and it's just like it's legitimately like negotiations. Like
It's just negotiating.
It's like negotiations, like selling a car or buying a car.
I was gonna make that analogy. Earlier.
Yeah, so it's like what Steven Crowder did was like And so it's like one of those things where it's like if you're buying a car and it's like a busted up fucking car or something like that, and they're asking for like 40 grand for it, or you're asking, if you're asking 40 grand or something like that,
Okay.
and all this and that and whatnot, and a person comes back and says, no.
Right.
No. You have to do a lot of things to that fucking car to get 40 grand for it.
Right.
And also, I want it at 27.
Right.
And it's like, why would I even entertain negotiations with that? What the fuck does a lot of things mean? What the fuck does a lot of things mean? When you say just start from scratch, like, okay, but what the fuck is the scratch?
Right.
Where is the scratch? Is it scratch on the table? Is it on the wall? Is it on the ceiling? Is it on the floor? Where the fuck is the scratch? What is the scratch? How does the scratch look? I don't fucking know anything when you just say no.
Right. It's pretty much, it's just
like what?
Negotiating at a high business level.
And with the Daily Wire, I was going to say Daily Wire, it seems fair all the way around. It's just like, it's a no-brainer. They'll obviously, if they're like, hey, if you're sick, like puking or sick
and
one
to
day.
be honest,
like
I wouldn't want to be in business with... I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
I was like, what is this noise he's making?
I did a whoops. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No.
We haven't done many whoops, so we've been good.
I know. I was actually... But
we've been good. We have a problem with that. So
I was just saying, if you're like sick one day, then obviously, like if you're sick,
they prorate you.
And then if just in case for whatever reason, if there's an idiot that was signed by Daily Wire and they're like, well, you can't take my money, they'd be like, well, here in the contract, obviously, you're gonna like if you're not there, you're not. Something's
Yeah.
Man, what it taught me is to read every goddamn word in it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Ever.
Anyways,
so
I
want to say, oh shit, hopefully I don't lose it, but. Oh God, it's right there. I got it. Hold on.
It's right. It's my fingertips.
God, I lost it. But
all right,
what like? No, go ahead.
So closing thoughts on this topic, and we'll move on to other ones. I'm just like kind of worried for Steven Crowder
right
now because like with all this dirty laundry out, even if you think he's right or wrong,
he burned some bridges, bro.
He burned some bridges, and also
lost a lot of trust.
He lost a lot. Who wants to be in business with him?
Someone that records your phone calls.
If you're, it's like sick. I don't know if this motherfucker is recording my phone call with him right now or not. Like I have to consciously think and clarify: am I being recorded right now?
Right.
So now you can't actually have a relationship with him. And also, if you're like with the Daily Wire or anything, even before all this dirty laundry he aired out, when he just did the no, and I want 30 mil a year,
right?
Change everything. First of all, like maybe 30 mil a year, they still could afford. Maybe who knows? I mean, they're doing $100 million towards kids content, which is pretty awesome.
Right.
But it's like maybe they can't afford 30 mil a year for Steven Crowder.
Yeah.
But why would you even want to do 30 mil a year with Steven Crowder when you try to have a cordial conversation, a business conversation of like, what's an agreeable fucking contract? And he just goes, no. Like, why would you want to be in business with a type of person like that?
Yeah, if he goes to independent, Godspeed, bro.
Well, I mean, he is going independent.
Well, right. But if that was his plan all along.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Godspeed. Best of luck, brother.
So where does it? Who had the last response? Was it Daily Wire? The last video?
I mean, there's been so many statements and everything.
So technically, it was Ben Shapiro.
But Daily Wire all the personalities. Matt Walsh is tweeting out stuff.
So
Michael Knowles tweets out stuff. Everyone's doing stuff.
The craziest shit. Tomorrow night, Steven Crowder's on Tim Pool's show.
Yeah. So everyone's been posting out things. Steven Crowder's put out 2 videos, and then Steven Crowder's
that shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm listening to that shit.
That's gonna be crazy. Because what is he gonna say,
dude? I need
so many.
Dude, like I want to do a fucking
his side.
I want to do a watch party for that show.
Honestly, might have to. It's like Super Bowl party for that.
He's got to be sweating.
Yeah. But what is he gonna say? Is he gonna fucking? Is he gonna go into it? You know, is he gonna lean even harder into it? Because a lot of his followers have even now been like, yeah. I know what you're trying, dude, but that's kind of fucked up.
Dude, that's the most interesting thing. I've been watching the comments on Twitter. Yeah. Any Daily Wire personality, the comment section's pro Crowder. But anything related to Crowder, anything pro Crowder, anybody talking pro Crowder or anything like that is pro Daily Wire.
So I feel like
same with YouTube.
Yeah,
that's
it's so
YouTube
weird.
Comments were. Yeah.
Let's say if this is something he planned, if it was like not good, all this stuff. If he went on that Temple podcast or whatever. Or show. Is it a show podcast?
It's a podcast.
It's a podcast, but a podcast in the modern era. Like this is a podcast, but it's videotaped.
Come on, it's a show.
Yeah, it's a show.
But if he went on there and he just said, "Look, I messed up. This is what I did," then people would probably he'd have.
No, I
respect
know.
for
I
him.
think he's in a corner right now. I think
Yeah.
he legitimately.
cannot.
I think he shit bricks when Daily Wire put out the hour-long contract video because he was like,
That's why he put out the fucking
Fuck.
recording of the video or
Yeah.
the phone call. Sorry.
yeah, because like that's one of the
that
things
was
he
like
did.
I got to drop an even bigger hammer.
Yeah, because like Daily Wire took
Or
all
tried to.
control away, literally every single thing of control Crowder had with that first video, and he was like
In that term
purposefully
sheet.
not including what company it is and who said this and who said what's this said and what that's blacked out and this and that and blah
When
blah
clearly
blah.
the name of the it was just 2 letters, so clearly you could probably figure out
Yeah,
who it was.
DW,
The
Daily,
DW, yeah,
Daily Wire, and all this and that. So, but he was like making it to where it's like, oh, it could be anybody. So he had all the control, and Daily Wire just raised their hands and it was like, it was me, and here's literally everything in the
Right.
contract
So
that
the
he
fact
didn't
that they
show
were
you.
the
So
next
open.
day they had
Yeah.
a video up.
And they were
It's
like,
crazy.
That's
here's
super
the
impressive.
whole fucking contract.
Super impressive.
We will let you decide.
So
That's super impressive, and it literally took any ounce of control Crowder had over the situation away.
yeah, now basically it's like, is he gonna on that show? Is he gonna stick with what he's saying? You know,
He's
or
gonna
is he
have
gonna-
to. I think he's
He's playing catch up at this point.
what I
Yeah.
think he's gonna do. Yeah, he's gonna play a little bit of catch up, but I think he's gonna even push, like, doing the stop big con thing. I think he's gonna push that.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
he's
he
I
is
think he
too.
might not go towards Daily Wire as much because he doesn't have much ammo for that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he might move over to other ones where it's like this company also had similar contracts.
Yeah,
This
I think
company too.
he's just gonna go.
Which is
stop-
scary because what happens if those companies do the same thing Daily Wire did and be like, yeah, we'll be transparent.
It'll destroy him. So
Yeah.
hopefully not. Hopefully that's not the case because I think his his motive was to build his brand even bigger
Yeah.
and to go independent and to bring more talent into his
Yeah.
show and Mud Club and everything. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be really
Yeah.
interesting for that.
It's going to be really interesting. But right now, personally, all it looks like is Daily Wire defending themselves justifiably and Crowder doing big bombshells to get as many lights as possible, whatever it takes.
I think
Yeah,
that's how it
what
went.
looks like, yeah.
I think that's how it is. And look, Daily Wire, their business plan
Not
it
perfect.
It might not be the best, but it works for them.
Yeah.
They have
It's not-
fantastic hosts on their show.
Oh, yeah.
The hosts they have are fantastic. Even some of the talent, like Jordan Peterson, they got some great
Yeah.
people on Daily Wire, right? So it's hard not to like them, but I think their business plan is not perfect. So, and I think it showed.
Yeah.
If this changes their business plan a little bit more, kind of like Tim Pool's. Obviously, Tim Pool's is a lot smaller business,
Right.
but maybe something in the middle. Maybe just tweak it a little bit, right?
Yeah,
If it helps
who
just a
knows?
little bit, then hey.
And
that's
every contract's
that's
different.
awesome.
So maybe the contract the normality of contracts, of what you can see in every contract, will slowly be closer to Tim Pool's.
right, which
by
would be great.
each-
Right, if it's
Each
better,
and every
then
contract changes.
hey, God bless.
Yeah.
And so I think Daily Wire might be like, yeah, we can fix that, but I think we're still in a really good spot, and I think
Yeah.
they are. Crowder, man, is he up in the air? I think
He-
just his future. I think he's got so much
rough.
potential to do. No, I think he'll do great. I think he'll be fine.
It's gonna have to be. It's gonna be a while.
It's
just-
like
Yeah.
Daily Wire is trying to do and they said it themselves, like a generational change.
I just don't, man.
They want the change and
Yeah,
the
right,
movement to
absolutely.
continue on well past them, so that way
Crowder's
not-
the same way.
Yeah, so that because they want to change it so that way Daily Wire is still fighting the fight and still changing the narrative and still fighting against what is
Right.
going on
Right.
80 years from now,
Yeah.
100 years from now. Crowder is trying to change it and flip scripts and change it where Disney is asking approval from him within a generation.
Right. That's true.
Within his
yes,
life.
That's true. And I think, one more last point on that thing is how you was saying how they're like kind of catering towards like YouTube and stuff. This is how, if you really want to take down how, like, if you want to take down, like,
It's
how
like a death
people-
by 1,000 cuts kind of
exactly,
thing.
exactly how it is. You don't want to just say shit and then get taken off platforms.
Yeah.
You want to say what YouTube wants you to say, or all these social medias.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
slow
But
drip.
then you just say a little bit that won't get you fucking taken off or a strike or anything, and then you say all of it on a different platform that a lot of people hear. But over time, people will get it, and then maybe in 100, 200 years, obviously that's exaggerating maybe, but
But yeah.
maybe
Far
that
enough.
long, like long time ago, my point is, it will change.
Right.
It will change. You can say whatever you want.
I see
all
what you're
this
saying,
stuff.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what Daily Wire is pointless.
They're playing the long game,
Play
and
the
then
long
Crowder
game.
is
So 100
literally
years, 150 years from now, it'll be like, okay, now we can change it. He wants to change it in the next 50 years or something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Very smart.
When
Daily Wire's trying to
realistically,
do
that
a
won't happen.
Yeah, Daily Wire's
much
trying to do
everybody would want
societal
that.
change, and then Crowder's trying to start a revolution.
Right.
Yeah, it's like changing the style.
Which,
the,
I mean,
know,
you
the-
need both because you need
Right.
the societal change
That's
to
why-
have the support for the revolution. You
And
need
that's-
both to be a successful story.
That's why the whole thing's fucking
Yeah,
stupid
it
as
sucks.
fuck.
Yeah, it's stupid as fuck because
Because
it looks like no matter what, someone has to get burned and get hurt in this at this point.
When
Which
in reality, we
stupid
need
and
both.
sucks. And yeah, we need them
the
all.
world needs both, and
Yeah. Okay.
all points of view.
Let's
so,
move on to the next topic. We've been on this for a long enough time.
We're past the hour mark. So Dilly, honestly,
Yeah,
interesting,
Yeah.
isn't it?
all right.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, it is actually very
So,
interesting. anyways,
moving on to topic number
moving
2.
Oh, topic number 2. Oh, God.
All right. New
We
jobs?
got
Oh, well, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
New jobs? How'd it go? What's the new
Went
job?
well. So
What's new
That's
jobs?
pretty good.
New jobs? Huh?
we've been trying out door dashing just
We
to
tried
get a
out-
little bit of change, huh?
Huh?
basically my job kind of blows. I'll talk to you guys more about it.
Job
later. I
really
don't wanna-
blows.
All right.
Yeah, dude, it's
Anyway,
not- but
we're talking not about that job. We're talking about new job. New job.
yep, Door Dash. It's a great idea. I do think it's a great idea.
Okay.
Tanner and
So Tanner signed up, and have you signed up?
I did it today actually. Yes,
You signed it up.
I signed it up. I did
Woo!
it.
He drove today.
I drove today.
Yep.
Baby boy!
I know.
my baby
I know.
boy's grown
I
up.
know he's proud.
Yeah, he's proud.
He's
I'm gonna pat you on the back later. Oh,
You've been
no.
trying to get me to do this, I know, and so it's good. Tanner and I rode together, which I'm glad we did because it was just
There was
good
a lot
to-
of
to
random
learn.
shit that was
Yeah.
really confusing, but
So it was
figured
Like
it
how
out.
to do it, kind of thing.
Well, just like
yeah. This
the delivery purpose of like going to the place and like sometimes apartments and stuff. It was kind of good for us to
yeah.
have both of us there. But I think we got like an Albertsons order. It was
Oh,
like
okay.
a grocery order.
Oh,
Yeah. Just
So that was
interesting.
really confusing at first.
like you had to go into the grocery store and like pick up the
Luckily-
order.
Yes, but luckily they pick everything out and then they just have it waiting for you when
That's
you get
good.
there. But
pretty cool.
you had to go literally into the employee back room and everything and fucking grab it and stuff. So
Dude, there's this
That's
guy.
weird.
We gotta mention this.
it was so funny.
He goes, this guy that worked at the store. I'm not, this store.
Uh-huh.
He
I literally said it.
Oh, he said it. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh well. So, anyways, this guy who works at the store, he goes, "All right, dude." He had the cart full. He goes, "You're good to go." And Tanner starts pushing the cart, and he forgot something, and he like swung around. It was frozen meatballs. He like swung it around.
But he was in the
funny-
bag, so he was like swinging the bag around.
and he chucks it, and it goes, zoom, it like just flew into the cart, like from
Just
fucking 10
crashes
feet
in. Yeah.
It was like 5
Nice.
feet away, and he goes, "All right, bro, later," and he just swung it, and the meatballs were just like, and just
Nice.
I cracked.
Dude, that's
us up.
fucking swag, dude. That's
Yeah,
fucking.
He just did
know,
not
dude,
care.
That's
So that
fucking
delivery,
big dick
Easy.
energy.
Oh,
that
yeah.
delivery, it said like wear a mask, stand 10 feet away from the door, drop it at the door, wait for the person to answer the door, then run away.
Yeah.
Nice.
But what was funny
Standard.
about it, I set all the groceries down. It was a lot of groceries. And the funniest thing, there was another Walmart delivery guy that pulled up and delivered another like twice as much groceries than what I brought
Oh.
and set them down.
Yeah, dude,
This guy
shit.
was clear. He was probably about our age, maybe a little older.
Oh yeah.
And he drops it down. You could tell this dude has been doing this for a while. Delivery, you know.
Uh-huh.
He drops
an
down,
AirPod in.
and I'm like, "So do you just leave?" Yep, see it, yep, and just runs away. And I'm like, "What?" It
He
says,
was-
"Don't leave unattended." He goes, "You got it, I'm out. I got next order." And I'm like, "All right, I guess I'll
Yeah,
stay."
he did do that. He walked right
That's
by.
funny.
I think
So I was like, "I guess I'll wait." And the guy answered. I was like, "So you want me to leave this here?" And he was like, "I was like, all right, I'll leave."
Dude, I saw someone today when I dropped off. So I did the same thing, dropped off groceries, and I saw, even though it says instructions, greet them at the door,
Yeah.
whatever. And I saw someone run up their stairs, which I was just like, oh, well, I'll just ring the doorbell. Maybe they didn't see me. Ring
Yeah.
the doorbell, and they didn't come to the door, and I was like, I'm guessing they definitely ran away. They just didn't want to talk to anybody, and I was like,
So they
oh,
wanted
okay.
you to leave it,
Yeah,
but
So I
the
think so.
directions said
It said
So
greet them.
But
are you gonna start tipping more to Uber drivers and stuff now that you're doing it?
I do see why.
We talked about that. Yeah.
I do see why it makes sense.
To tip.
So,
Think
yes.
about it. I
Yeah.
had a
It
$7.
makes you feel a lot better when you
Even-
get a $2 tip.
Even $2. Yeah, I was about to say $2 is. You're like, cool.
Money.
Right,
Yeah.
that makes a big difference. When you have an
Yeah.
$8 order and it was started at 6, but then it goes to 8. That's a big difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I had.
And I had one that was a $2.50, the last order, but I got a $5 tip on it, so it went to $7.50. That's a
Yeah.
huge difference.
That's great.
Are you kidding me? $2.50 to $7.50?
That's great.
That's crazy.
So there's good money in it, and I think if
You
you
just
got
gotta fucking work at it.
and I think the trade off
You got to
is,
figure out the tricks.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think the trade off is because everybody knows if you're not your own mechanic, car,
Yeah.
fixing cars can be expensive.
Yeah.
So the trade off is you have to do it at least probably
You wanna
5
sip on
hours
it?
a day or something.
So,
No, I'm
are you
tired.
planning on
What?
like doing that? Like,
Can't waste it.
Oh, you support it. I tell
so
you.
are you
every
gonna
time.
like try to like
I went
set a
easy on
goal
you,
for
too.
yourself, like fucking like 4 hours a week or like 10 hours a week or something like that?
I'd like to do at least a couple hours.
So this is my
day.
plan.
Couple
Since
hours
I
a day. Okay.
I have
Yeah,
more
which
time,
is all right.
I'll say this.
Yeah.
Love editing the videos. YouTube's doing well. Subscribe. Like and subscribe. You know the deal.
Yep.
It does take a while to edit the videos.
Yeah.
But I'm still finding myself having like 3 hours, maybe. If
Mm-hmm.
I really am serious, like not bullshitting, exaggerating,
Mm-hmm.
3 hours of time I could do something. You know what I mean? Obviously. Like, editing takes me a while. I fucking study real estate, read, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But there's still probably like 2 to 3 hours I could be doing something. So I think I'm going to like go noon to 3. Like
Dude, it's
5 or
Okay.
6 days of the week. I
It's-
think
That's
just
pretty.
do.
That's a good set.
Yeah.
it is
And
so
I think I could probably make, I don't know, what do you think? 3 hours, 6 days a week. What could you make a week?
3 hours probably $70. So whatever that math adds up to.
Wait, what? 3
You
hours?
think you
a
can
day.
do $70 a day?
I did-
Absolutely.
I did-
Absolutely.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I did
it is.
2.5. I think like 2.5 hours, and I made $66.
Yeah.
Which is
There you fucking go.
I was
What is
zipping
that
and
an hour?
zapping.
That's like
That's fucking great.
It's really
22 an
good.
hour.
Yeah, see?
22 an
Like
hour,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, you can fucking rip at
Yeah.
that.
So
Dude,
that's a
so
lot of
fun.
money.
So
Yeah.
Their average is 24 an hour. So
Oh,
and the
there
cool
you
thing
go.
is too, like you just like when I hopped in my car, I was just like, beat a boop. If your car's all warmed up and it's not 20 degrees, then you're ready to go.
Yeah.
But I fucking came back because I was in the area. You can click pause, dash, came back, had to pee. I literally was in the neighborhood, pee.
yeah, the
But-
one mistake I made is we went super far. We went all the way Cuna.
Oh, damn.
And the first order took it, but it was my first ever order, so I just like panicked
Didn't
and
think
said,
about
"Yeah,
it.
let me take it." It's $8. Fuck it.
good, yeah.
'Cause I thought $8 was a good one because we watched a couple of YouTube videos. See, we're
Oh,
nerds,
okay, nice, nice.
but we watched just to educate, a little bit.
yeah, learn what
And
you're
she was
into.
getting like she got like 5, 3, 2, $4 orders. So I saw $8. I'm like, that's money. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Literally. So I accepted it, and then what?
So when you're saying $8, that's like how much you get paid?
That's what it's gonna be. At least you're gonna get paid.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so you're talking how much you get paid.
And,
so
and then
that
the,
okay.
the tip is a question mark. So
They,
that
Okay.
they don't tell you the tip.
Okay, I
till
thought you were
after.
saying like they're paying $8 for that order, and I'm like $8. So you're like getting what, like 63 cents?
It just tells you
Okay.
that's the minimum you're gonna get paid. That
Okay,
order.
that's cool.
So at the end, it could go up to like fucking who knows if they
Yeah.
tipped $100, tipped $108. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or 105 if the original payment from DoorDash to you is $5.
Mm-hmm.
So another thing I noticed just today is I was accepting the kind of orders that don't pay a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
But the hack is, it looks like the more you, of course, acceptance rate, the more you accept the shitty orders, they give you the high pay orders. I got
Maybe.
it. No, it says it. It says
Really?
It says if you accept, the more orders
Makes
you
sense.
accept, the
Or
more likely
higher acceptance rate.
higher acceptance rate. So
Makes
today
sense.
I got an order for $11, and I was
Why
like,
wouldn't they want that? Yeah, it
So
makes
then-
sense.
I go $11, and then they tipped me, and there was $15 total.
Tell-
There you go.
I was
Tell
like,
them about your friend's
Oh,
girlfriend's
yeah, that's my
husband
friend.
or something.
yeah, yeah. I don't even know. My friend's something. My friend's cousin.
Friend's boyfriend's cousin, girlfriend's brother.
Something like
sort,
that.
Yeah, some connection through
Connection
the
of some
grapevine.
sort.
Yeah,
Made almost $100,000 a year from doing this.
Jesus.
And if you have the right car, economical,
Yeah.
and if you're your own mechanic,
Yeah, if
or
you're
you know
like
people-
downtown Denver, you could probably make a fuck.
Oh yeah, dude. And what I actually,
Done.
what I like too is at least this area near where we live, a little bit outside the city. I feel like there's not a ton of people on the outside. They like to go in the hot spots.
Mhm.
So I was like the first one on call. So it was like one after the other and another. And I was like, oh my god,
That's great.
So
Sweet.
it's super fun. You just blast.
Well,
music,
I'm happy
whip
that you
around.
guys are fucking signing up and doing some shit.
So
Yeah.
it's
Feels
I've been
good.
on your guys' ass for a fucking minute.
Yes.
No kidding.
And it feels really good to actually.
It does feel good. It's a funny ass thing to do. I tell you what, just because
It
it's
is.
like
Plenty of time to listen to podcasts and educate yourself
Oh,
on what
yeah,
we're going to
dude.
talk to.
that, and get to see a little bit more real estate
Yeah.
Yeah,
physically.
true.
You know what I mean?
Explore a lot of areas.
I got
A lot of
we
areas.
went to Cuna, and
Yep.
I realized like, okay, That was because we spent probably
45 minutes going there.
Well, it wasn't all the way there,
Yeah.
but
It's like
it was probably like 30 minutes, and it was like
out, yeah.
that wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
You know, we made $8 on that door, but that
$8 an hour for that one, so that's not
Right.
good.
So
Yeah.
we ended up staying there and doing orders within it. So we ended up making, that
Trying to make up for it.
$30 in a couple hours. So not terrible, but that was like the mistake. But got to see a lot more area I haven't seen, so that was good.
Yeah, Cuna's a kind of cool place.
So
Yep.
getting to see more of the area, more neighborhoods and stuff like that. I'm excited to see that. So
yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna hit hard. I'm going to Dallas in like a month.
Why are you going to Dallas?
Marin, girlfriend, she's got a what's it called? I'm spacing. I'm fucking buzzed.
I
Timeshare.
tell you, dude, this stuff makes me dumb. I don't know. What
You
just
took
happened.
2 sips. I'm on my 4th.
I'm fine now. I'm not buzzed anymore, but I just started to get buzzed.
Well,
and
then sip more.
I got stupid.
Timeshare. What?
No,
what's
it's a fuck.
Training.
Condo.
Training.
Vacation house.
Training.
Physical.
Training center.
Exercise. She's a exercise trainer.
She's a personal trainer.
Personal trainer.
It's a full.
Convention.
No, where you have to like
Attention.
you take a test to
Retention.
fucking get qualified. It's a fucking
Training course.
Certification.
essentially. Certification.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
Jesus
Thank-
Christ, that's the word I was looking for. We went through about every fucking word in the goddamn dictionary for that one.
Jesus.
It's all good.
So,
Yep.
what was it? Certification.
yeah. Perspiration.
She's going to get a certification, and it's in
Certs.
Dallas. It's like a national. It's like a national fucking certification that you can get, but they're having it in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
So she's going do that. I'll get some fucking real estate courses. Who knows? I could dash.
They're pretty
you know?
cool.
Maybe get a bike. Dash. Who
By
knows?
the way-
Hey, yeah, rent a bike.
By
That'd
the
be
way,
sick.
we saw this sign, which I'll call the number, or you can call the number.
Yeah.
The sign, it says, it was by a traffic light, and it said,
Make
call
money
make money
while
and learn.
learning real estate investing.
Yes, and it said, call this number.
Hmm.
And so we're like, what the heck? You know what? Take a picture.
Could
of
be
it.
sex
Take a
trafficking.
picture.
Could be a huge future.
I
Who
might
knows?
go ahead and call it.
Yeah.
Might. So
Who
I
knows?
took a picture of it.
Okay.
So yeah. It'll be
So yeah, door dashing. It's exciting.
Well, that's
It really
exciting.
is, yeah.
All right.
Feels good.
Next topic.
All right, let's do one more.
Nah, we'll finish them up.
Oh, we can finish them up.
We
No,
got the
I'll do
4.
What are you on next?
The
Oh,
4.
Surprise? Hit us
No,
with the
the
surprise.
fucking Dilly's book, and then fucking.
All right, Dilly, hit us with your book.
That's it. That's our last 2
Yeah.
topics. That's what we plan for.
All right.
Dilly's
I'll make-
surprise.
I can't miss.
Dilly's book. My
I
surprise.
was gonna say Dilly's got a surprise too. Shit.
And my book.
know.
I got it.
Dilly's book.
I'm scared.
My book.
Neil
Dilly's
says I'm
book.
surprised.
Dilly's surprise. My surprise.
I'm scared, dude.
Oh, we're gonna mix it. I don't care. I drank a little.
Shit, I could be fucking reading right now.
Who the fuck knows? All right,
I,
Dilly.
I can't miss your surprise. So Dilly, go quick on your
Man,
book.
all right. It'll be real quick. So I'm reading a Steve Harvey book.
What's the book called?
Who's Steve Harvey?
Oh, who's Steve
Who
Harvey,
is
dude?
Steve Harvey? Oh,
He's like, oh,
I know who he is. I know who he is. I'm just trying to fucking educate the listeners.
I figured out who Steve
Steve-
Harvey was on our fucking pod doc.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
Jesus
sure.
Christ.
So it's,
he's
Steve Harvey-
a great guy.
He is.
He's the 5 suit guy.
Yep.
God, I'm
He is a 5-suit guy.
He's the 5 suit guy. Family Feud.
Family Feud guy. Oh yeah, love him.
Big old mustache. Said the wrong
Yeah.
person at Miss Universe pageant.
That
Right.
is it. Yep.
Iconic.
So
That's all you
it's-
need to know.
Mm-hmm.
it's basically
Bald
like
guy.
So what's his name? What's the name of the book?
I was just thinking of it and I can't remember it. I don't know why.
Are you
All right.
fucking
That's
kidding me?
that's why I'm here, Dilly, because
Act
I wrote
like
it down.
a success.
Yep.
What does it say? It
Act
says-
like a success.
Oh, yeah, act like a success. Think like a success.
There
Yep.
you go. See,
There you go.
thank God for
Eyelash.
me, right?
Yes. So there it is. It's a really good.
Emissions test. Why did I write that down?
Oh no, I wrote that down.
Oh,
I got you. Don't worry.
Why the fuck did you write that down?
what the fuck? Okay. Anyway,
She
what
said, "Give me this. Is why I don't
what-
write down ideas."
why the fuck does that have to do with the book? Anyway, we'll talk about
That's
that
after
later.
the book. So,
Why'd you? What?
It's a subheading. Okay. Anyway.
bro, I don't
Uh,
do this mathematics. I don't know what's happening. You tell me write down a topic, I write it down.
All right. Anyway.
I don't do any order.
Okay.
So-
Steve Harvey's book.
Steve Harvey's book, act like a
We gotta fucking slow it
Act like-
down.
act like a success. Think like a success.
Okay.
It's a really good book. It's
Motivational.
Think it
more
all.
motivational
Jesus
than
Christ.
anything.
Okay.
But it's really good. It's Steve. Steve Harvey explains. Everyone has that. Their gift. You call it the
Right.
gift.
Mhm.
It's the
Yep.
thing. It's whatever you're good at. Whatever you can do with the least amount of thinking, processing, and it's just a really good book. And it
Mhm.
kinda
How
helps.
far are you through it right now?
Almost halfway.
No shit.
Nice.
It's crazy. 'cause
That's
Cooking, baby.
Yeah. it's
Are
a
you
really
reading
good
any other books at the same time?
book. No, I don't have that kind of capacity.
Okay.
Um,
Are you kind of sticking with the motivationals
Yeah, motivational. More for me. It's like
Just
more
because that's what you
drive.
need at this moment, maybe.
at this moment in time?
This moment.
You reading anything, Tanner?
Not right now. I got to get back into it.
Okay.
I've been
So good.
All right.
slacking, lacking,
Packing.
and not packing
Not packing.
for the last few months. So I got to
All right.
I'm going to get back on it.
Yeah.
February's going to be a big month, so I'm
So-
excited.
All right.
And real quick, just to brush across the emissions test, because I know I was bringing that up.
Really bring this up quick. This is random as
really-
fuck.
It's
Yeah.
really-
Why the fuck does this emissions test have to do with Steve Harvey?
Because, well, not exactly Steve Harvey. All I'm saying is, yesterday I drove when I got emissions test in my car, right?
Lady did too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, they said
I
you know,
need to do it. It's
Get
been
it.
a few years.
Get it in the mail, and they're like, emissions test, go do it. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay. So I went and did it, and I pull up, and he plugs in for DTC's.
Pull up.
Yeah, pull up. Diagnostic trouble codes. Check engine light is off. Everything's good. And then he goes, I see the tool. It's called a 5-gas analyzer because I'm a nerd. Well, I
Yep.
know it. I don't
Yep.
know.
Yep.
And
But you do.
he never put that shit in my exhaust.
Yep.
He just goes, yeah, you're good. And I was like,
Who the fuck cares? You passed.
cool.
True
Anyways,
that.
that
All right.
guy's doing his God's work right there.
He's
He
doing
said,
Well,
God-
he's
"Don't
not doing
even
the Earth's
worry."
work,
Well, he's
but
not doing Earth's
Not
work,
doing
but he's
Earth's
doing the Lord's work,
He
baby.
said, that's all I need to know. You're good to go. Anyways,
But
go ahead.
you have focus, so it's fine.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
looked at it and he was
So yeah, we're about at the hour 30 mark now.
all right.
Hit us with the fucking surprise.
All right.
it's not
I
gonna be
can't
good.
fucking hold it anymore. I'm too pumped.
All right. Then shut your peepers.
All right, stop.
scared.
Peepers, or shut.
I'm scared.
Shut your peepers.
Shut
Shut your
Packers shut.
papers. Shut your papers.
Sorry, Packers shut.
I'm scared.
I'm fucking waiting for you to shut your peepers.
Eyes?
Yes, dumb fuck.
Okay, got it.
What the fuck? Do you not know peepers?
Sorry, I thought you were talking
Oh.
about my dick.
What the fuck? You have 2 dicks? Peepers is plural.
Oh shit,
Hey,
my
bro,
fault.
turn your dick off, bro.
Well, you were talking to both of us. I don't
All
know.
right, all right.
I ain't looking. Is he whipping out his dick right now? Camera, tell us.
Can you imagine? We look up and it's just his cock.
He's just fucking standing on top of the table.
What is it?
Oh god. Wait,
Oh,
can I look?
not
okay,
yet.
Okay.
I felt a thump.
Let me. Yeah, Jesus Christ, is it on my lap? I can't tell.
This is his cock on the table.
All right, go ahead and look.
Oh,
What the
yo!
fuck?
All
right.
Oh, you're fucking
What are you
nuts.
doing?
I'm actually pumped.
I'm gifting
This is
Why?
awesome.
Why do you have to do this?
because it's important.
Now we look like shitholes.
No. I want to
I
spread
never-
the wealth because I
This is
remember
cool.
listen back on a couple of podcasts
Damn, I gotta
way,
get back on my shit.
way back ago.
This is so
when
perfect
we were
that you just
recommending.
asked me reading.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I was
Yeah.
like adamant that we had to talk about Dilly's book.
I see.
So yeah, I brought both of these books up. So all of these books. So just to give the context of the podcast,
God damn it.
I'm
It's
going
like
to
Christmas
use.
all over
I'm going
again.
to show the thing.
It's cool, dude.
Extreme
this feeling.
Ownership by Jocko Willink and Leif
I
Babin.
love giving.
Um,
gifts
We both got that one.
Both
Okay,
of you
nice.
guys got that one. Dilly got
because you know I'm into the motivational shit.
You Are Worth It by Kyle Carpenter.
That's cool.
God,
that
you
one-
really set
I feel
this
like
up
I've
really
heard
well.
of this.
And then Tanner got Start With Why by Simon Sinek.
I'm really excited about this one.
So I got these
Pumped, dude.
books for multiple reasons for you guys. So all these books, all 3 books I've read
I gotta get
multiple
on it.
times.
This is sick, dude.
'Kay.
So the reason why, so
And
extreme,
you have told me to read.
yeah,
these
I've
before.
told both of you guys to read those books before. So Extreme Ownership, I think that's a book every single person should read.
Nice. I
Cool.
love it.
Okay.
So it literally it sets the foundation so perfectly of looking in the mirror. I've talked
love-
about it multiple times on
Yep.
podcasts, so listen to past episodes if you really want me to talk about it.
Jesus Christ.
But it
Motherfucker
sets
just
up
bought
the
4
book.
books.
I'm fucking pumped.
It sets up the mirror in front of your face, saying
Yeah.
it's no one's fault but your own if you're
I
failing.
love it.
What I like about this.
I remember you talking about your analogy with your experience. Yep.
Yep.
What I like about this was when anytime I read anything about Navy SEALs, I think of David Goggins. That he's awesome.
Yeah, he's lit as fuck.
And what's cool is
I'm reading his most recent book right now.
No shit.
really
Yeah,
What,
it's really good.
Which one is it?
hell yeah.
Because Marin.
Fuck.
Marin
Because
Fuck, what is that book name? That's
the biggest thing, 2 seconds. The biggest
going.
thing is I get pumped about this because it's all about accountability.
Never
like you were
Finished
talking
by David Goggins.
Yeah,
that's what.
yeah.
That's the one I'm reading right
that
now.
Marin read that one.
So-
I got to read that one.
The accountability is a huge one, and I think you're right. This is gonna pump me up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fucking
Self mirror.
Zapped on that one.
zapped on it.
And then
Let me
And
see
then-
the other one.
This one looks really awesome.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's a whole story. Because these people, these people, like, okay, nobody on
Yeah,
the
might have to
planet,
read
I
this
feel
one
like,
too.
goes through the
Mm-hmm.
same kind of mental war, you could say, with yourself than
Mm-hmm.
the people in the military, certain branches of the military. Definitely, they go through all sorts of shit. Of course.
Mhm.
So hearing
kinda
their
the
story,
purpose.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
these are books that I thought like Extreme Ownership. I think everyone should read. And then the other 2 books, like I wanted to give you guys those because like I think those would genuinely like the type of person each of you are.
Yep.
I
it's
think
gonna
would
be
genuinely impact you.
Yep.
To benefit, and I also know you guys, and
Yep.
you weren't going to read it unless I got them to you. So
I would have gotten there, but the
Yeah.
only reason I was taking a long time is because I got fucking like 8 books on deck. You know what
just
well, now these are going to the front row.
yeah, I promise. That's literally what I was about to say.
Yeah. So just to summarize a little bit, so get you pumped up to read those. I've
Yep.
already talked about extreme ownership, so I'll talk about the individuals.
Okay.
Start with why.
Yep.
That one, it's kind of a business thing.
Love
And so very geared towards Tanner.
Yeah.
And it's a really important thing to be asking in any sense, but especially in the business sense. And like when you have to set business goals for yourself
Right.
of why is that a goal?
Right.
Yep.
Like, and you need to be clear on those whys. You need
Yeah.
to be understanding, and you need to have a finish line in sight
Yeah.
and an understanding of what it is.
Yeah. Right.
Apple didn't say set of goal of, they knew why they were doing something every single point of the turn. When they made the
Right.
iPod, they knew why they were making the iPod. They weren't making the iPod to make money.
Right.
That's a generalized statement. They were making the iPod to revolutionize. Their why was to revolutionize the music industry and the music listening industry.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
And with iTunes and 99-cent songs.
Okay.
They
I see.
They had their why.
Yep.
Microsoft failed in their version of the iPod because their why
Mm-hmm.
wasn't a why.
I remember you
It
talking
was
about
just
this
a
now,
response to the
I
iPod.
see. Wow.
And then
That's cool.
for Dilly,
Yep.
You're Worth It. So that one's a huge story. Kyle Carpenter, Medal of
Yep.
Honor
I've
recipient.
heard his name before.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've heard his
Basic story with him, United States Marine, was in the 9th Marines. He was deployed, and while he was on watch, some
name. Crazy.
adversaries, that's
Yep.
the word I'll use,
Yep.
decided to throw hand grenades at
course.
his position while he was standing guard with one other Marine.
Okay. Yep.
He instinctively jumped on the
I
grenade.
have heard this story.
And
I've heard
he
of
was able somehow, some miracle of God,
Unbelievable.
he was able to survive.
That's insane.
So it walks through his whole experience of leading up to the grenade and after the
I might have to
grenade.
read that
That's-
one first.
That's gonna be super. It's super cool to hear. I mean, hear his story.
That's unbelievable.
And
oh yeah.
that's why
Yeah.
like with Tanner and Start With Why, it's
Yep.
important for you to always think about that because you are going so deep into business.
Yeah.
You are putting all your bets on business.
No shit.
So I want to help you out as much as
Appreciate that.
you need.
Yep.
And Dilly, like we were just saying with Steve Harvey, like inspirational is kind of
Talk
what
about-
you want and what you need right
'Cause
now.
That's a lot of inspiration.
When
That shit.
what I need to turn off are my fucking excuses. Every time I always have excuse for something. You
Right.
guys know that when I
Oh,
was
yeah.
younger. When I was younger, oh yeah. Like and now still I'm trying
Yeah.
to get that inner bitch out of me, as
And-
David Goggins said.
Yeah,
Gotten a
and
lot
that's
better.
why
Yeah.
David Goggins is great, but he's also very strong worded, and it takes a
Oh
lot.
man, he's hardcore.
Oh,
Yeah, he is hardcore. This one,
It's more.
Kyle
Love it, though.
is a normal guy.
Yeah.
Nice.
He has always been a normal guy. He after his incident, he still went to college to South
Wow.
Carolina and Gamecocks, all that, and
Yep.
he was a part of a fraternity there
Wow.
That's crazy.
and
stuff.
whatnot. He's not an
Crazy.
above average man. He is an average man doing extraordinary things, and
Yeah.
that
That's
is
the
what
crazy
is
thing.
there. So like he shows you what it needs to be. Like you need to look at yourself in the mirror every single day, and you need to be like every day one. So this is my philosophy. So
Right.
I've read this book, that book, that book, that book, and a lot of other motivational books, a lot of historical books, a lot of everything, and it took a lot of inspo. And so from what
Yeah.
my philosophy has come, and a lot of it has come from that personal book, is every day is a race day. Every day is day zero. So every single
Restart.
morning, it's a restart. Every day before that was a training day for today's race day.
Damn.
Nice.
So, and no one had the decision to fuck up your training days, ruin your training days, and make it horrible for race day, except for you.
Yeah.
No
accountability.
one decided to do a horrible effort and not go for first place on race day except for you.
Yeah.
Every day is race day. Every day before that is a training day, and every day after that is a race day.
I
Yep.
love it.
And only you can decide how you're going to do those race days.
That's
and you
awesome.
need to
That's
decide
what,
if you're going to make a 0 or a
That's what
100.
it is. That's what it is.
that's what I need. Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. That's what I'm fighting with.
Speaking of races, your boy's got pissed like a fucking racehorse
okay,
right now.
okay. All right. Okay. We're logging off.
Jesus
Anyways,
Christ,
this
I
is
fucking
good.
ripped
Yeah.
one. That was a great podcast.
Yep.
So I expect conversations about these books now. that
I'm
we-
halfway
sure.
through a fucking. So I haven't read it in like a couple months. I'm gonna fucking restart that one after I finish this one.
There
So,
you go.
I'm gonna start this one tomorrow.
Yeah,
So
I expect some fucking conversations now where we have
get
these
to-
books here
I appreciate
that
that.
you guys fucking can actually fucking read.
I appreciate that.
Fuck Steve Harvey. This is a fucking good one.
Yes, this Steve Harvey is definitely it's a softer approach.
Yeah, he's a
This
he's a bitch made cat. No, I'm just kidding. He's not a bitch made cat, but
No, he's a good guy.
but-
he's a good guy.
So,
Anyways.
well, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thanks for getting us books. That's
Of course,
ridiculous.
happy surprise.
Yeah, super awesome.
Yeah,
That's
this is
not
cool.
what I expected.
Extremely.
I was
late-
just
I'll-
I was expecting your cock as much as these.
I'm
so.
gonna just chalk it
turn
up
these
as a
for you,
super
Doc.
late Christmas gift.
Well, fucking,
Um,
I'll take it. We're
yeah.
shitty friends because we didn't get you shit. So,
That's right. I never. did give
but
you
you're wearing that shirt, and I got you that last year, so that's
Yeah, there you
counts,
go.
right?
Yeah, that counts.
So,
Dilly.
episode
What did
69.
I was waiting for it.
Dilly, thanks for being here.
Don't. Yeah, no problem. I'm here. That's the gift.
Yeah,
Me.
that's
Yeah.
the gift that keeps on giving, right?
Yep. Keeps on. Giving.
So, good episode 69. That
Yep.
one was man.
That was a
filled
great
with
one.
a lot of information. So
That was a great
it was
one.
good. We got it, and that should motivate us to keep. Excuse me, keep fucking like really trying to like going on the like producing before we fucking
Oh,
start.
yeah. Yeah.
Really trying to get a lot of detail.
Super.
And what we're
important.
talking about. Maybe we talk about the Logan Paul thing. It's kind of washed over, but we can still talk about it because we had a good discussion. So
Yep.
Yep.
maybe not as long as this one because it was our topic.
But it is still topical.
still topical. So maybe we'll talk about that next
Yeah.
one.
Who knows? Because tomorrow we're gonna hear more from Steven Crowder. So
Oh yes. it's
True,
so good.
man.
on
That's gonna be good.
Teamcast IRL.
Yeah, check
so.
that out. Tim Cash, shout out.
All
So check that out. But next week from today, we're gonna be doing episode 70. That's insane. We're already 20 episodes in to the new season. So
Mm-hmm.
and we're 30 away from season 3. Dilly's got some good ideas for I think season 3, so we can talk
Yeah.
about that off the
Yeah, we'll talk
pod.
about
But yeah, good things to come. Keep liking and sharing. Follow us on Instagram. Really appreciate the love, you guys. And shit, that was a good pod. We'll see you guys.
All right.
episode 70. See you guys next week.
Logging off.
Bye bye.
Now, hit that
Logging
shit,
off.
boy. Bam,
Fucking
baby.
read your goddamn book.
That's
So
the one. That's the
good.
one.